travel to a faraway jungle to find the source, each having their own reasons. Welcome to the Tomb of Annihilation.
Alright. In which case, welcome back everybody. So, in our last session, our party had just vanquished Raz Nazi, the scourge of the Ashore people and the reason Chult is drowned in undead. Fenthaza, the Yuan-Ti High Priestess, came running into the throne room to ask for the life of her pet Hydra while helping the party escape the repercussions of murdering the Yuan-Ti's leader. And so our party fled via an underground river and surfaced from the temple through the secret entrance Chief Yorb had told them about, only to discover groups of Yuan-Ti hunting them across the city. Scaling the outer wall of the old palace, they found refuge in the undergrowth and managed a much-needed long rest. Our party also leveled up to 8th level. Awake now during nightfall, our party decided to track down the final cube. They stealthily moved between the ruined buildings directly south towards the main river, where they walked on water eastwards to a large, fallen tree trunk bridging both banks. And this is where we will pick up. Beneath the shimmering moonlight that bathes the ancient basin of Omu, the jungle's enigmatic realm comes alive with secrets and dangers. The heavens above are a tableau of celestial beauty, unmarred by the shroud of clouds casting a soft ethereal glow upon the land below. As the luminescent orb that is the moon graces the night with its presence, it reveals a sprawling, dimly lit expanse, and in the distance you witness the fading torchlights of a Yuan-Ti patrol, weaving a serpentine path along a walkway that winds through the shadows of Omu's ruins, away from your position. Their intent and purpose? To hunt the murderers of their fallen leader, Raz Nazi. As you stand on the surface of the water, contemplating the brief climb up the riverbank ahead of you, a sudden eerie sound slices through the tranquility of the night. A haunting whistling that carries through the stillness. In the heart of the jungle, such sounds often herald peril, and indeed danger swiftly manifests. Arrows, like spectres in the night, are unleashed with deadly precision, guided by an unseen hand. One finds its mark, landing precariously close to the group with a disconcerting plop, splashing into the calm waters that mirror the moon's radiance. The jungle's silence around you is shattered, replaced by a tension that hangs in the air. Here, in the moonlit basin of Omu, a dance of fates has begun, and peril lurks just beyond the moon's gentle embrace, ready to test the resolve of those who dare to tread upon its haunted ground. I need everybody to roll for initiative, please.
Lunan is clearly alert.
Okay.
Oh,
Luna is concentrating on his spell.
assuming that everybody's within 10 foot of Yarlena, they'll get a +3 bonus to initiative.
Ooh, that's pretty good to know.
Yes. I think
Um,
it did mine automatically, but it won't do it for everybody.
Okay. So they'll put... Oh, can everyone change their own? Valrus, you're on a 22. Holy cow. Are you getting
Yes.
+3 initiative? Okay, so do I need to then add 3 to everybody's?
Everyone except Yarlena. Yeah.
which will then... Hold on, Vargo, you're on 18, not 28, my bad. Which will put...
Lunan has.
That'll put Valrus first. Okay. Valrus, as you stand on the river and the bank in front of you, 2 arrows comes whistling across, landing almost with precision into the waters next to you.
So it seems like they're intentionally missing?
Ooh, that would be difficult to say, but I mean, you could roll a perception check if you want. Given the fact that you are, I would say, 50% cover, if they were intentionally missed, the person who's firing them is a very good shot.
See. And looking around, do I see where the shots came from? Exactly.
With a 14, you know the general direction. On the map is... I'm going to draw a circle. Oh, that's not a circle, that's a cone. You can see that, can't you? Alright, somewhere from the building.
Varus is going to instinctively look around and then use his sorcery points to cast darkness on himself.
Oh, okay. Magical darkness springs forth from your navel, enveloping 30 feet radius, I think?
Should be... Oh, the 15 foot.
15 foot, not bad. 30 from top to bottom, but
Yes.
15 foot radius. Okay.
Yes.
Anything else as you're leaning against the riverbank?
That was my action, so I am going to... We're planning on crossing, right? So I'm gonna move forward, not too far forward, just enough to give the others. I don't know. They won't see through it. They might fall or something. I've got to just go forward as much as I can.
All right. Are you on the map in front?
Yes, I can see myself on the map.
Good. So if you want to move your character, go ahead. Okay, so you're moving into the center of the river, are you? You're currently almost underneath those branches, those logs crossing the river.
Mm-hmm.
Happy with that?
Yes, I think so.
Alright,
We'll see.
I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me as you move out into the center of the river. The churning waters almost create a very unstable surface underneath you as you wobble and juggle on top of the moving surface of the water. You easily manage to keep your footing. Alright. Next up is Fargo.
Sorry, I was muted. Do we see how many of them they are?
Roll a perception.
You are bathed in darkness. I don't think you can.
Thank you, this is true.
We're all covered in magical... magical darkness. None of us can see shit.
That's why I moved forward, so you shouldn't be
We're
covered
still within
anymore.
15 feet of us. We are still within 15 feet of you.
Am I? Because I did try and move myself like 30 feet from where I was.
Vargo is just on the edge of 15 feet.
Okay.
Vargo, I assume
Alright.
you're wearing your dark vision goggles. But I'll
Yes,
still...
but isn't the morning right now?
It's night time.
Alrighty.
So I need you to roll a
So-
perception check for me, please.
This with disadvantage or normal.
Roll 2 separate rolls. The normal roll is for within 60 feet, and the disadvantage is for outside. So 2 rolls, and the disadvantage one will be outside of your 60-foot range.
Alrighty.
Because it's so bright,
So-
there is dim light across.
So 20 and 17.
You still get a 17. I mean, with disadvantage. Okay. From the building, over here,
Mm-hmm.
30 feet up, you can see a figure. Its longbow pointing out of the window as it's just ducking down, trying to hide.
Singular figure.
A singular shadow, yes, of the 3rd story window.
Huh.
It's got 3/4 cover.
How long is the distance between us?
It is... I'll tell you now.
85.
Bear with me 1 second.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think it's 88 feet in total. Is 75 by 30, 80.7 feet according to the hypotenuse.
Oh, perfect. Pythagoras.
Awesome.
Yes. Perfect.
Alright. you got me there, Stefan. Sorry.
Trust me, I prepped this morning.
I will. Thankfully, hypnotic pattern is 120 feet range.
Okay.
So I will project a rainbow pattern inside the room that creature is hiding in, and hopefully it will affect it. I don't know. And will be a wisdom saving throw. DC 15.
Okay. Ooh, wisdom.
Alrighty.
Are you
that makes it.
Just.
It just makes it.
Thing is, Vargo doesn't know it, so he will keep concentration
Mm-hmm.
and there is any place to take cover. Nearby.
Well, I mean, you're leaning against a riverbank, which is 5 foot high, 6 foot high. So you've got half cover already. You could crouch down, and you could probably get 3/4 cover.
Alright, I will do that. Get him prone, I suppose, and say to the party, that building 90 feet, more or less. Try to neutralize him. Don't know if I succeeded.
Where? I don't see shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then that brings us to Dusted Coal, just on the edge of the darkness, Dusted.
The bank is 5 feet up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Athletics check to climb it if you want.
Oh, you know I am.
Do a backflip.
Slippery 15.
15 is good. Very good. Okay. Easily, as you claw into the muddy riverbank, you just pull yourself up, biceps bunching
Yeah.
as you leap it up in one go and land on the top of the ledge.
Yeah.
That's 5 feet.
And Dusted's gonna use his feline agility action
Mm-hmm.
to move 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So he's already used 5. So 55.
Mm-hmm.
And with his dash, is that 30 more?
Yes, you can dash another 30. So the base
Yeah.
is 75 feet to the base of the tower.
Yeah. So he will just reach to the base of the tower, and since he cannot scale it, I get the error that my token now moves around in mysterious ways. I don't even know where it is now.
That's okay, I'll grab it. Oh dear.
So yeah. So he's just gonna beeline straight for the building, sort of like mush himself up against it, in a straight line from where he ran. So, like this. Oh, like this. What happens?
Yeah. Okay, so you are now at the base of the building, the window.
Mm-hmm.
Roll a perception check for me, please.
We know that's not his strong suit, but today maybe 23.
Okay, you actually spot the shadowy figure 3 stories up in the exact window. You manage to make out where he is as you clamber through the underbrush, sprinting across. You just see it pop up and pull down again, trying to spy what's going on. It is 3 stories above you, about 30 feet exactly. Is that your turn?
That's Dustin's turn indeed.
Alright, then that brings us to Yelena. Shrouded in darkness, Yelena.
Not really sure what to do. I don't have how far. No, they're more than like 80 foot. I don't have anything that has a super long range. So, she is going to. She'll cast Bless on those around her because she knows. Oh wait, does this require sight?
No.
I don't think it
just
does.
within range. Just within range.
Yeah.
So she's gonna put it on Lunan, Vargo, and Varus because she knows that they are more adept at spellcasting than she is, and usually they can boom things from afar. And then she'll shimmy into the darkness to use it as cover.
Okay. As you move into the center of the river, I need a dex check from you, please. As the water moves below you, the footing becomes uneven.
17.
Oh, you need a 15, so you pass quite easily. As you manage to keep your footing, the churning river below you doesn't overcome you. Is that your turn?
Yes.
So, Lunan, Vargo, and Valrus are blessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Noted.
Then, that brings us to... Let me unhide my token. You can see that. From on top, Vargo, Dusted, Valrus, roll a perception check. Given how far you are now, you'll need, with disadvantage, 15. Jeez.
Adrenaline is kicking in and Dusted is on the case. Or do you want me to do with disadvantage as well?
Oh no, sorry, Dusted, not you. It was only Valrus. Because you've already passed your previous perception and he is now quite far out of normal range. So, Vargo and Dusted, you notice the actions of this enemy. Let's call him an enemy. Because he's firing at you.
It's a kitty.
It is indeed. Okay. 30 feet above you, Dusted, as you go crossing across the undergrowth. You see him pop up as you reach the bottom. He leans over Vargo, you notice. He pulls a longbow arrow and then fires one straight down at Dusted and then points to where the group of you, he can't see in the darkness, but he just blindly fires into the darkness. He gets 2. Where are we? Ooh. So the first arrow down at you, Dustin, is 24.
That hits.
And the second arrow across into the darkness is a 21. So I will need... I'm going to roll a d4.
Yep.
Valrys, you're a 1. Yelena, you're a 2. Lunan, you're a 3. Vargo, you're a 4. Vargo, 21, and you've got 3/4 cover, so that's going to come to 13 AC. That's a complete miss. As the arrow flies towards you and just thud, lands just above you in the mud. But Dusted, the arrow flies down, pierces you straight into the foot as you take 8 points of damage. And as you look up and scream,
Yeah, go ahead.
the shadowy figure disappears, drops out of sight. You then see out the corner of your periphery him leap out of the window to the east as he sails 32 feet in an arc, tail flapping behind, easily landing on the very thin wall on the nearby building, turns, raises his bow, oh, sorry. Ooh. And instead of firing,
That misses.
that's an acrobatics check.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
He looks at you and he does a backflip off the wall and disappears.
We have ourselves another Tabaxi.
Disappears out of sight. As he takes a look at you, Dusted, he almost stops and his brow furrows, and instead of firing, he backflips off the wall and disappears. Lunan, that brings us to you.
Lunan, having seen nothing of what just happened, tries to follow the sounds of where Dusted went.
Alright, roll a perception check for me. I don't want that one. Oh,
Me too.
Easily you manage to track Dusted with your elven ears.
And wanna move in that direction, running straight into it's Vargo in front of me, right?
Correct.
Bumping into him and then starting to try to climb up the bank of the river.
Give me an athletics check, please. You need a 12. And you've got bless. Oh, easily. Okay. As you climb the 5 feet, no problem. You find yourself in the undergrowth. Twinkling starlight casting dim light for, I'm going to say, 200 yards.
I would say under his breath he says, "Where are they?" Looking around,
With a full,
trying to
you've already
find someone.
tracked. You've already tracked Dusted, and you see him as you climb up. You notice the shadowy figure. With your passive perception, you would have picked him up just doing a backward somersault off the wall into the compound on the other side.
In that case,
And you also noticed an arrow sticking out of Dusted's foot.
I will move towards Dusted to give him support if needed. So I've spent maybe 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives me another 20 to begin with. And then I will move for action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wherever there is some bush or something, I will stand a bit behind. I don't know if there was any here. Otherwise, I will just
Covered with bush over here.
Yeah.
Everywhere you can see. The gardener hasn't been paid in a while.
Great. Then I will stay there a bit semi-covered.
Alright, then that brings us to the top of the round. Valrys.
Having a bit more of a grip of what's going on, but still not knowing where the enemy is, and seeing Dusted and Lunan both run towards him, I will follow and probably dash.
Okay.
Oh, it's so big, I can't see. There-ish, I think. Yeah. So behind cover from the original building, because I assume I didn't see him jump.
Are you going to... So it's 20... It's about 15 or 20 feet to the riverbank. Then I need you to roll an athletics check to climb it.
Okay. That's gonna end miserably. It ended pretty bad.
Oh, okay. As you scrabble up and you land on your hands and knees covered in mud, you can spend your action again to try and climb it again.
Yeah.
Good thing is nobody saw you.
Yeah. Only this time the difficulty is now 13.
It's gonna end equally as bad. Let's see. Oh, not quite.
Oh, nice! You managed to make it up. Okay. So we'll let you move about to where Lunan is.
I did want to move more closer to there and less closer to Lunan, because I saw the person over there and I have no idea where they are, so I'd go like to cover.
You could probably move about 20 feet from where you are now.
Hatchet. Yeah. There we go.
Okay, you're moving to the walkway.
Yes.
Got you. Okay. That your turn?
That is my turn.
Alright, then that brings us to Vargo. Vargo, immediately the darkness leaves. You look around. Yolena's in the middle of the river. The orb of darkness is near the walkway, and Lunan and Dusted have clambered up onto the riverbank and run across towards the large building.
Bargo is also half buried in mud. That because Barris stepped on my back. That's why it fell.
Not stepped, fell.
Better. I will use half my movement to get up. And I disappeared for some reason. Where am I?
I will find you. Are you going to attempt to climb the riverbank?
Yeah. That was my intention.
Alright, go ahead and roll an athletics check for me, please.
That will be a 17.
Ooh, nice. Easily done, sir. As you manage to scrabble up the bank without slipping and falling, you reach the top side.
About BTT is giving me an error when I click on my token, Stefan.
I've got it. You're back.
Let's see. Okay, using arrows is fine. So I will move my 15 feet over there.
Mm-hmm.
And ready an action to fire at him. Fireball. No, Toll the Dead, actually. If I might not be in range of Toll the Dead, let me see. If he attacks again.
All the Dead is 60, I think.
Yeah, so Firebolt if I don't reach. Which I don't, so I Firebolt.
Alright, so you're gonna ready a firebolt if he attacks again.
Correct.
Alright, okay. Then that is the end of your turn?
Mm-hmm.
That brings us to Dusted Coal. You're muted, Anders. I hope you haven't just given us a whole...
Sorry. Oh, I was. I mean, this man has just taunted Dusted with a backflip, and Dusted doesn't know about the sunk cost fallacy. So he's gonna painfully yank out the arrow, and then just chase after him.
Okay. Let's say one of your action economy, a bonus action to pull the arrow out.
Yeah. I don't know how tall is this building, because it's 40 feet ahead. Would he be able to climb it then?
When you say the building, which building are you talking about?
Oh, sorry, I meant the wall that is connected to this building down here.
The wall itself is about 11 foot high. The building and the rooftop itself peak up to about 16, 17.
Dustin will use his dash action again, and I think he has just enough movement to get on top of the wall, maybe? From that distance?
Let's have a quick look, see from where you
Athletics.
are. It's about 40 feet to the building.
Yeah.
And then an action to climb. I used to be an adventurer and then I took an
Oh no.
Go ahead and make an athletics check for me, please.
20.
Oh, easily, as you jump and climb the wall. What are you going to do when you get to the top?
I will teleport my token away for some reason. Dustin is just gonna try to lower himself to make it harder to spot him, but obviously he's looking around trying to find this other Tabaxi. And since he doesn't really know any Tabaxi, he's just gonna try to mimic the other Tabaxi character that he met once in the forest. When we accidentally plucked some fruit that was toxic, I think.
Okay, you with your dirty 20, you scrabble up and quite easily leap to the top of the wall. And as you get to the top and look about, you can see the other Tabaxi below you. He is, I'm not going to say nestled in between the ground and the wall, but it looks like he is about to climb the wall of the building up to the roof. Looking over his shoulder, he spots you as you climb up to the top. He says to you.
And Dustin is replying, but he doesn't know what it is that the other Atabaxi is saying to him, so he's just making other cat noises back at him, not knowing obviously what it means.
Have you've seen Joey in Friends when he tries to speak French?
Yeah, basically that.
As you start to make cat noises towards the other Tabaxi, his brow furrows and he almost gets like an angry look over his face.
Oops, I insulted him. Shit.
And then slightly confused. Anything else?
I don't have anything else. Wait, I have an item action. Dustin would like to just take a dagger out. That's it.
All right. Explain how you're going to take this dagger out and what are the weapons you're carrying.
He is. What do you say? He's holding it. What do you call it when you don't hold it the right way? So you are not holding the pointy end forward, but backwards. And because he's probably wounded. So if I have to climb up a thatched hut or a thatched roof, I want to have an aid with that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not holding it out to sort of like threaten him or throw it. He's just holding it sort of like, and also to protect himself, because if he's firing another arrow at me, I need to be able to block this.
So
It's called the cool way.
It's a
I don't know.
reverse grip.
Yeah, probably. I don't know if that's the cool way or not.
With the blade running the length of your forearm instead of
Something like that.
Yeah. All right, and you pull out the knife and you grip it with precision, as only a fighter knows how. The Tabaxi looks at you and
And Dusty just shrugs and says, "I wish I understood what that meant." I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah.
As Dusted says, "I wish I understood what that meant." That brings us to the end of your turn. Yelena, over to you.
I guess she spots probably Dusted going crazy and climbing up a wall or jumping up a wall. She's gonna run after him to make sure he doesn't get lost or do something silly.
He's definitely audible.
Be very audible. So she'll dash. She'll try and get to the bank and then continue dashing. So I think the bank is 30 foot away from her.
Let's have a look, see quick.
Is that right?
The 25 is at its nearest, and then an athletics check for me.
Oh, athletics. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna fall.
As you manage to sink your hands into the riverbank, you almost trip and slip, landing on all fours on the surface of the water. The bank has foiled you, Yelena. You can use your action to try and climb it again.
Sure. No.
Unfortunately, the bank seriously eludes you. It seems that the water churning spits up too much mud. Anything else?
No, that's my turn.
As you're stuck at the bottom of the bank, that brings us to our Tabaxi. Alright, as he rolls his acrobatics check, he easily scales the top of the building onto the roof, and as he does, Dusted, he turns around to you while he's busy climbing. I have been watching you treating with the UNT. You are in league with that murderous bastard Nazi, and you shall die at the end of my arrows, or the hunter will welcome me into her embrace with the delivery of your souls. And he drops to one knee, pulls out another arrow at the top of the roof and fires at you. Ooh. The arrow sails wide from you. He knocks a second one. And from where you are, that is true, Valrus, you read it in action. Go ahead and roll. That was a firebolt, wasn't it?
That was Vargo.
It was me, yeah, but
Vargo,
he's
yeah.
out of range, so I cannot fire at him.
Is he now out of range?
Yes.
He
100.
shouldn't be, is
Don't
he?
you have 120 for that?
He's 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's currently 140 something.
Oh,
Oh,
because
he's
he's
100
that tall
feet
up.
away
Yeah, yeah.
from me. Oh, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, but also height. Yeah.
Let's see, 25 feet up. We will make sure
It's okay,
this
it's okay.
is 90 feet across.
Pythagoras, yes. You didn't live in vain.
And they said we would never have any use for the math since
Exactly, he's 93.4 feet away on the hypotenuse. He's just
Well, fuck me then. I will firebolt then.
he is literally at the edge of your range.
Oh, Stefan.
Don't set fire to the.
That will be a 17 to hit.
Okay. And with a 17 Vargo, it looks like the fireball is almost on target. And as it flies through the air at the last second, he almost seems to have some sort of an uncanny ability to dodge as he just ducks. Did you get bless?
I am blessed. Thank you. That will be an 18.
The 18 just sails wide. As he
Whoa.
Alright.
almost does a bullet time from the Matrix. The fireball sails past him, missing him by inches. Dusted from where you are, you can see the flames almost lick at what seems to be like a grassy headdress that he's wearing. He's quite an elderly Tabaxi. The flame lights up his features in the night. He has tan-colored fur with black circles and spots covering his coat, and from where you are you can see grey at the edge of his snout, his tail, and his extremities. He's about 5 foot tall, a wiry frame, really muscular but scrawny, and he's got like a sort of tribal headdress of some sort that's fading. The leaves and feathers themselves seem to be old and slightly tattered. I'll send his image to the game log. He's got dirty old boots, and his claws are almost poking through the fabric on the bottom of them. He looks down at you as the fireball passes over. Spits. To the 9 hells for the Yuan-Tis, servants of darkness. And then instead of firing Dusted, he looks at you again and his eyes almost seem to glaze over. And he stops and he shakes his head as he looks at you and looks down. No! No, it cannot be. We must get out of here. And then he vaults backwards off the building down onto the ground. You hear him land as he uses the rest of his movement. That brings us to Lunan.
I assume I saw him when he was on the roof.
Correct. You saw him scrabble up, converse with Dusted in common.
Did I hear what they were saying?
Let me just see. I mean, you're from where he is a good 90 feet away, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask you to roll a perception check. It's gonna be quite difficult to pick up what he hears from that distance, so let's give you a 20 as a difficulty.
Sounds good. Luna did not hear, so he assumes the guy is hostile and will try to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
I will run. That was 5.
Anything else?
I've done 45 and I have 70, so I'm gonna do, what is that? 25 more. I'm just using the ruler to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So that's my movement and action dash.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't see him, do I?
No, there's no
It
clear
looks like
line.
there's a, yeah. Then that's my turn.
Okay, then that'll bring us to Valrus. Top of the round.
He is going to. Everyone's running after this guy. I assume I saw the firebolt go over there, and I
Oh, yeah.
have 120 feet dark vision anyways. So,
Mm-hmm.
seeing him potentially hop off, he's gonna use his cape to teleport to where he last saw him.
Oh. Remind me the distance of the Cape of the Montbank.
500.
500 feet.
500 feet. Shoot, that's far.
Barris, go hug Jorlena. You can carry her with you.
Oh, I could do that. But she's a bit too far, I think. She wouldn't be too far, but I don't know. At the same time, that was Vargo's idea, not.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't think of it and goes.
Alright, alright.
Onto the roof of the building.
Yes.
Okay. The sound of the smell of burning charcoal and the sound of a crackling fire greets you as you arrive at your destination.
Look around for
Looking
our
around, you see
target.
the target running towards the wall at the bottom below you, the wall of the nearest compound. Do it.
I would like to
Rage.
Fireball.
rage. No. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. I will use some sorcery points and quicken my spells to cast hold person on it and hope that it's a humanoid.
Ooh, okay, so that's a wisdom saving throw, isn't it? What's DC?
16.
16. Sugar lips. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's come up with a wisdom.
Nice.
Same thing for me. He gets a.
As I get up there.
As he goes sprinting across, and you see his legs bend as he's about to leap up the 10-foot high wall. He freezes in place as Hold Person takes hold of him.
So I end my turn.
Okay. Then that brings us to Vargo. Vargo,
Alright.
from where you are, you see Felrus. All of a sudden, no, you don't actually. You just see a black orb of darkness appear on a rooftop in front of Dusted, where the shadowy figure was. Behind you, you can hear Yelena. Goddamn mud! Splash.
Alright, so a couple of things. As a bonus action, I will call for Arky and
Okay.
send him flying to the room I cast its hypnotic pattern previously,
Mm-hmm.
just to see if there is anyone inside
Oh.
affected by the spell.
Are you gonna drop concentration on hypnotic pattern?
No. I mean, if there is nobody in the room affected by the spell, yes.
Oh, I get you. Okay. In which case,
I'm not sure if calling for Arky is an action or a bonus action. Let me check.
let's say a bonus action, I think.
Alright.
Alright. So, using a bonus action to call Arky, Arky gets summoned and flaps straight away through the upper window and looks inside. As you pierce through Arky's eyes, you notice the room is empty.
Alright, I drop concentration in hypnotic pattern then. And with all the force of my, well, Vargo's intelligence, DM, I recall we met at Tabaxi at the beginning of our adventures.
Mm-hmm.
If I recall, if my notes are correct, he gave us fruit and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen this Tabaxi, kinda. Do I recognize him as the same Tabaxi?
Why don't you roll an intelligence check for me?
Let's see. Intelligence. There you go. Nah, not my day.
From where you were, it was quite dark. You didn't get to make out any of the features, and the fireball didn't light up. The firebolt didn't light up enough for you to make something out clearly, so you're not sure.
Alrighty, then I will move again. Sorry, when I click my
Oh, you've disappeared.
Yeah.
I found
Already refreshed a couple of times, so I don't get why that happens.
There you are.
Anyways, I will move 30 feet. Yeah, more or less where I am right now.
Perfect.
And no, that will be my turn.
Alright, then that'll bring us to Dusted Cold. Dusted, as you stand there saying something and he replies to you in common, instead of attacking you again, the strangeness of his actions leaves you a little bit confused as he disappears over the roof, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a dark orb of nothingness appears on the roof in front of you.
He's on top. Yeah, you're on top of the roof, Valrus. Dusted knows better. Dusted knows better than to try and climb the roof in utter darkness.
Oh.
So he jumps down again and tries to race around the house instead.
Okay.
So he's gonna. Oh god, token nonsense.
Try your arrow keys next time.
Yeah, but I still have to click on the token to move them.
And it works for me if I drag the cursor over it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that works. Yeah. So I jumped down, but it's 10 feet, more than 10 feet. So I have to roll something, I guess.
No. No, you.
Okay.
No check.
And then.
No full damage.
And then dashes towards. Try to dash 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actions. Not action search, but dash. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then try to look for him here.
Alright, as you round the corner, you notice he's almost mid-leap as his knees are bent and he's about to jump and climb up the wall in front of him.
No, wait. Oh wait, he's whole person, I guess. Dusty doesn't know that.
Correct. He's almost frozen as if he's ignoring you. Anything else?
Dusty doesn't have anything else, so he just stands there a little bit dumbfounded.
Alright, then that'll bring us to our climbing acrobat, Yelena.
Yeah, I'll try and get out again, I guess.
Go ahead and DC 14.
There we go.
Alright. Third time's a charm. As you manage to scale the muddy embankment, you climb the 5 feet and you get on top of...
I assume that used my action.
No, it's 5 feet. Let's say 5 feet of movement.
Okay, I will dash then,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think it's like there. I'm not sure though. And that will be my turn.
That's your action to dash as well, yes?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, as you go running through, you've obviously caught up with Fargo. Lunan's run around the corner. You've seen Dusted drop off the wall and run across, and then darkness envelop the roof of the building. Right. Oh my word. At the end of his turn, he gets to re-roll his saving throw, Valrus, and you feel the spell lose its grapple on him as he gets a natural 20. He doesn't move at all, Lunan. Your turn.
Luna will continue running. It's his 35 feet.
Mm-hmm. As you run 15 feet, you can see him on the bottom. His head almost swivels to see you all start closing in on him.
And Lunan would... he would just do a firebolt, I believe.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
So 26 to hit.
Oh goodness, that definitely hits.
You can see the sum, but I guess 17 damage.
17! Holy cow.
It's nice having the cleric cantrip damage, isn't it?
Yep. Like I get to add my wisdom to cantrip damage right now.
Oh, that's lovely.
What?
Yeah,
Yep.
That's
a level 8 feature.
It's
cleric. Okay.
Yeah.
it's arcane cleric feature.
Nice.
and the cantrips he got from the wizard counts as well. So yeah.
Lovely.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Which brings us to the top of the round, and that's Valrus. The Tabaxi shouts out in common, "You'll never take me alive, you anti slaves!"
Now Luna must have heard, right?
I'll just respond with slaves? We're no slaves.
You are in league with the UNT. I have seen it with my own eyes.
We simply had a deal to take down their current leader. That was it.
you?
After that,
I saw you from my rooftop, dealing with that snake woman they called a priestess.
at least she's better than Raznazi. Held her word and let us escape. We do not plan on... So be it. And I'm going to cast Watery Sphere on
Awesome.
Tabaxi.
You're gonna cast Watery Sphere.
Yes.
Ooh.
Swirling motion cause waters to swell out and envelop the Tabaxi, hopefully restraining him.
Can you send that to
And-
me, log, please?
And drowning him.
And one other thing that you noticed as well is he wasn't talking to you, Valrus, because you're covered in darkness.
Mm.
He was.
Mm.
So, oh, it's restraining. Ooh.
Yes.
A 5-foot radius, that'll definitely cover all of him. So he needs to make a strength saving throw, and is that a 16?
That is a 16, yes.
Okay.
Should have summoned my dog as well, but oh well.
Oh, dude, he gets a 17. He's rolling quite well.
He's rolling well.
On a successful save, he is ejected from the space to the nearest unoccupied space of his choice. Outside
Yep.
the sphere.
Yep.
Oh, I just moved the sphere. Oops. Alright, let's put it there.
Case, I'm going to take cover behind the
The rooftop.
slope of the roof. Yep.
Alright. Then that brings us to Fargo. What? What do you mean? Yes.
I believe what the only thing I can do now is dash to just enough so I can see the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So again, sorry.
My daughter. Okay.
I arrive just next to Dusted if I dash. So that will be all. Honestly, I will be. That will be my turn.
Okay. Then that'll bring us to Dusted Coal.
Oh dear. Dusted is still very much against harming this creature. And he is gonna move 30 feet towards him and try to grapple him up against the wall.
Oh.
Sort of like drag him down and sort of like stop him right in his tracks.
Okay. In which case we're looking at a grapple, aren't we? So he'll have to make a strength check on his turn.
Yeah, I have to roll athletics, I think, to try to grab him. Since it's an attack action, sort of. Or am I mistaken?
Yeah, you need to make a melee attack using the attack action to grapple him.
Yeah, and his athletics, my athletics versus his acrobatics, I guess. He has been doing really well acrobatically. I think that's probably it. But I'm gonna try to grab him with a 23.
Oh, well, you definitely succeed in grabbing him, that's for certain. As you seize him. So, at Athletics of 23. Goodness. Okay. Here we go. He's going to use an acrobatics.
Oh god, he escapes.
He got a 23, so... Let me just double check.
I do think if it meets, it beats, because he's defending. Right?
I'm double checking.
Yeah.
Reroll for both.
That's what I'm thinking as well, actually. Reroll for both.
Okay. Let's try again then. Oh no.
Ooh. I get an 11. And so do you. As the two of you are almost Roman wrestling over here.
Stop fighting, old man.
Right.
Tries to slam him against the wall again.
You slam him against the wall again. And his eyes seem to glaze over when he looks at you, and they almost unfocus. He says to something right next to him on his left, and then his muscles almost tense, and he looks up at you again. And what do you roll? Are you gonna roll one more time?
Oh god.
With a 9.
He has to escape at this point.
I'm gonna roll a 9.
No, he gets a 17 at this point. He looks. His eyes manage to focus again, Dusted, as he looks at you, and. Oh. Why? Rivers. Why? Anything else, Dusted?
Yeah, was that one attack?
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Can I do another grapple attack? With my other attack? I have 2 attacks each round.
Seeing as you're grappling, I will allow it.
Hmm.
Your attack action normally gives you 2 attacks.
Yeah.
But you get 1 attack action unless you're going to use your fighter ability.
Mate. Dustin is really thrown off by this sort of like crazy old coot just wiggling around and unable to stop him and do anything.
Ooh, and this time he's actually expecting it with an 18. He almost evasively ducks and weaves and dodges and breaks out of your grapple quite easily. Anything else?
Action search and do it one more time?
Go on then.
Dustin just channels his inner anger with this guy and just tries one more time. 22.
Ooh, 20. That's good. Okay.
Please. Please don't go anywhere.
He gets a
Thank
17
you.
as you action surge, and you, using the balance from your tail, you manage to just claw him again and grapple him and grab his arm so he can't move and lock it down to your side. No!
Stop wiggling, old man.
Is that your go?
Yeah, that's all.
Alright, that'll bring us to Yelena.
She is going to dash because I'm too far away to use command. And then that will be my turn.
Okay. As you get to that point, you look around the corner and you can see Dusted and another Tabaxi. They're busy catfighting, the two of them, almost wrestling as they are screaming and meowing. The other one is quite old, and Dustin seems to be struggling quite a lot with him, but eventually He gets him into an arm lock. Dustin, I need you to roll an acrobatics check for me, please.
Athletics if I'm holding him, I think.
Or athletics, whatever.
Yeah. No, you don't.
Okay.
You don't. You aren't
So-
going anywhere.
You manage to beat him, and as you hold him tight and he tries to break free, you feel his shoulders slump as the old body within your grasp almost sags, and he looks at you and his eyes almost pleadingly looks up to you. Fine. You have bested me. I will surrender to you. Deliver me a hunter's death. And then his eyes sort of like lose focus again and meow. And you see a tear form in one of his eyes as his brow furrows questioningly towards you. The tear slowly rolls down the side of his face and drops off one of his whiskers. That brings us.
No one has to die.
Lunan, that'll bring us to your turn. As you see this unfold in front of you, the old Tabaxi almost seems to give up and meows quite a lot and sags and then spits at Dustard's feet, looks around and takes in those of you that are within sight. Obviously, he can't see you, Valrus, around. Fine, he says in common to you. So your assassins can understand us. He looks right into your eyes, Dustard, as he says, have you come to finish me yourself then, 2 rivers running? Is my brother's hand covered in too much of his kin's blood that he cannot deliver the final insult himself? Go ahead. Claim your destiny then, as you did all those years ago with your mother. And he bows his head forward as he drops his arm and exposes his neck. Strike me down as you did her. And you feel him drop to one knee in front of you.
Going to drop the darkness.
Okay.
Dusted slips back a step, sort of like horrified with what is going on. He sort of like is unsure if this man actually knows him.
Mm-hmm.
He for sure cannot remember. I was just a kitten. What do you know, old man? And he sort of like tries to regain some of his composure by snarling and being angry, but he has a really hard time because this man is suggesting that he's killed his own part of his own kin. So Dusted is sort of like even more horrified at this.
In the meantime, Yelena and Vargo and Valrus, what are you guys doing? I've seen Lunan move closer.
I don't trust this creature, so I'm going to try and get down somehow from the building. Just slide off, climb off.
Alright, I will need an acrobatics or athletics as you drop 15 feet from the rooftop.
Bless.
Easily done.
15.
Yeah, 100% no problem. You land in a landing pose on the ground. Vargo?
Because I don't trust the Tabaxi. He's going to slowly walk towards it and cast Detect Thoughts and listen.
Ooh, okay. When you say listen, just to the conversation?
Yes, and if anything weird pops up within the surface thoughts of the creature.
Okay, so this is a concentration?
Yes.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
And I, if I want to, I can probe deeper to get the creature's state of mind, but I don't want to do that right now.
All right, so you will be able to pick up any of its like surface thoughts. So I will narrate any. It'll be a lot to type to you. Are you happy for me to tell you out loud?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Yelena?
She'll move a little bit closer, but the Yanti place isn't too far away, so she's gonna keep an eye out for Yanti because she thought the Tabaxi was a Yanti
Okay.
until she saw it wasn't.
In which case, do me a favor and roll a perception check for me while you're doing that.
Oh my god, this ain't going well today.
A 9. And then finally, Vargo.
Alright. Since apparently we are not longer fighting this guy, for now, I'm just going to move forward and fuck. Sorry. I have the memory of a fish. I move next to Dusted and say, alright, do we know this fella?
Okay, so you're gonna move
I'm- I-
closer
I-
and talk to Dustin.
Who are you asking?
Dustin.
Him. I mean everyone, but I'm giving him a chance to respond for himself.
Oh, but you said, do we know him? So I assumed you're asking either me or Lunan that. That's what I meant.
Yeah, everyone in general.
Lunan has not seen him before, has he, DM?
Not that you. I mean, from the surface of things, he doesn't look familiar, but you could roll an intelligence check for me if you want. In case you forget.
I suppose the question is especially directed at Dusted, but I'm asking for everyone in general.
Lunan
We've never seen him
definitely
before.
don't know him. All cats look the same. It's just the colors that differ.
One tail is as good as another.
Oh, these high elves and wood elves all look the same.
Yeah, so Bargo says that and notices that he's smaller than Dusted. Think that's cute, but says nothing about it.
He's smaller than me, even.
Mm-hmm. Lunan, is there anything
Wow.
that you want to do with your action in particular? I know you.
No, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think I have anything magical that could help us.
Okay. Alright then, let's jump back into it. So, Valrus, you come sliding down the building as Lunan moves closer to surround the Tabaxi, who drops to one knee, and Dusted almost steps back in shock. Vargo moves up as well as Valrus casts a subtle detect thoughts spell, and to himself. Valrus, on the surface of things, his mind flitters between a lot of things. Number one is recognition, and then forgetfulness, and then painful loss, and then confusion. roll a d20 for me, please.
No.
Okay. You've been on your own for quite some time, and you've encountered loneliness. You've been on the verge of cracking yourself. You understand what it is to split your mind into two and how to deal with these sorts of things. This mind that you are currently detecting the thoughts of is a cracked, fractured mind. Something is struggling to try and keep it together, but there is so much pain and loss and bewilderment and confusion. This individual has been alone for a long time, and you can feel the sorrow that's coming through the mind as he stares into Dusted's eyes, and his haunted past almost bubbles to the surface. And then there's something else that distracts him. And a little bit of joy seems to enter his life when he remembers where he is and what's going around. That is your detect thoughts for the next couple of minutes, okay? While you are keeping quiet and paying attention. Then, Dusted, as you step back, you look down at this elderly Tabaxi in front of you, confused with what he's saying, and eventually you see the body stiffen as it realizes the final blow is not coming, and he looks up and his eyes are no longer glazed over anymore, but slightly confused. What? Where? And he looks around and nervously looks back to you, and then at around the four of you. I don't know who you are, but we're exposed here out in the open. I've been tracking a group in league with the UNT. I saw them enter the Shrine of Unk, and then they were led into the Fane. You haven't seen them, have you? What? He looks next to him. Yes, I haven't forgotten. Okay, shh, just keep it down. The UNTs have upped their patrols looking for us.
Well, but
Lunan is extremely confused and would want to figure out if he has some sort
who
of
are
illness.
you?
At your voice, Dusty, he looks back up you. Huh? What? What? Where did you come from? And he looks again at your face, Dusted, as he kneels down on the ground. The paranoia seems to disappear, and a smug smile almost crosses his face. Rivers, I remember you as a cub, so playful, so loving, he says, almost looking through you. When did you turn to the darkness, Rivers?
Rivers?
And his eyes almost seem to wonder as he then sits cross-legged on the ground in that graceful feline way that you've seen before.
Old man, I'm not Rivers. I'm Dusted. Dusted Cole. Do you...
Forgive my manners. You must be tired after your long journey. Are you not in league with the UNT?
No.
You have not struck me down yet, so... And you have spared my life. Please.
I couldn't give a hunter's death?
The hunters and
You.
rest will take me soon. But before...
But then let it be by prey and not by friend.
Indeed, for this is the way. But let me at least offer you some refuge, or a meal, or a place to lay your head in, as an amends for my dishonorable action. My camp is nearby.
We would be most grateful. But do you mind me asking who exactly are you? How you have ended up here?
He looks at you, Valrus, and his chest puffs out as a fist smacks against his chest, and he says, "I am Bag of Nails. Once tribal leader, but now, deposed as old as I am, I seek a hunter's death. If I cannot find the navel of the moon."
Exactly is this navel of the moon?
Wait. Do you hear that? We should not speak out in the open. The UNT have up their patrols. Conversations of such sensitivity should be done indoors.
It is all right. Our friend here can protect us if you take us to your camp.
Indeed, yes, please, please. I am happy to lead you to where I am encamped, if you would but follow me.
Listening in on his thoughts as he speaks this, I don't sense anything untoward or anything like that, I assume?
Why don't you roll an insight check for me with an advantage?
Yeah. 12.
There is no malicious intent that comes through your detect thoughts. He seems to be coherent for now, and the thoughts that are coming through are genuine. His life has been spared. There's gratitude coming through. Relief that his life has been spared, and a surface level of suspicion to see whether or not you're lying about being in league with the UNT, but at the same time inquisitiveness about finding out some more information.
Okay. And it currently seems coherent and not messy and fractured as before.
It's being held together for now, yes.
It's, if we start moving, I'd probably go up to Dusted, because my spell is going to fade at some point, and just whisper, I think it's best we try and go along with whatever it is that he has in mind for now if you want to learn more. Though I suspect you were planning on doing so anyways.
Dustin just gives Valvis a look. If he hadn't added that last bit, he would be like, well, duh. Obviously.
Yeah.
He is definitely following this man. Wherever he leads at the moment.
I think if we stray him off the path too much, he might lose himself. Potentially lock up. And then that's it.
Okay. In which case, why don't we take our break there? Let's say 20 past 9.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
guys. Welcome back then. So our first half of our session began with arrows flying in the dark, a chase that ended with Valorous casting whole person on a rogue Tabaxi, who eventually, it seems, is rather confused and doesn't know his whereabouts. Without slaying him when he bowed his head expecting death, he has now offered to make amends by inviting you into his camp, offering you some food and water and a place to potentially rest your heads. As the old Tabaxi bag of nails stands up, he climbs the wall right next to him to the compound, leaps over the top and jumps down onto the other side, waiting for you to follow.
I do.
Let's get a group athletics or acrobatics check, please. If you are going to follow him.
Oops. Nice.
9, 8, 11, 13, one more.
If it hasn't been more than a minute, some of you still have bless. But if it's been a minute, then you don't have it anymore.
I mean, bless doesn't work with checks.
Oh, does it not? Oh, I thought it did. I forgot. Never mind.
I don't think Bless will save me even if I did have it.
So, Yelena and Valorous, you both seem to be struggling slightly. As you struggle to climb the wall. Lunan and Dustin managed to clear it no problem, and Vargo, but is anyone going to turn around and offer them assistance?
Nope.
Yeah, sure. Dustin will help Valorous.
Alright.
I will take out a rope, just in case it helps somehow.
Dustin, roll a strength check for me. And Vargo, what are you taking out?
A rope.
Oh dear, back to this old stuff, Valorous.
As Vargo rescues the day by pulling a rope out, after about a minute or so, you all manage to make it over the wall with the assistance of a rope. Bag of Nails himself is sitting cross-legged on the ground, looking up, and the bewilderment on his face is genuine. He knows where he is, but he's just shaking his head. Tourists. As you manage to climb over onto the other side of the wall, he gets up and this way. And he slowly skirts around the interior of the building, moving to the far end where there are bushes and brush and overgrowth nestled inside. He carefully reaches his arms in and pushes some bushes aside and pulls out some huge branches. And as you peer inside, you can see an opening in the wall that leads down below into a basement. He sits on his legs and almost slides down into the room below, disappearing out of sight.
DM question. We have been in other temples before. Vargo notices that we just climbed a wall to enter here. This place appears to be one of them.
What is it that marks the temples as distinct from all the other compounds?
I noticed some obelisk on the entrance and ancient Omuan text somewhere around the walls, usually.
Correct. As you glance around, roll a perception or an investigation check for me.
That's easy choice. 20.
Oh, easy. Climbing over the wall as you look around, you do notice that whatever building this once was, the roof is completely caved in. Anything within it is squashed under the weight of what was holding up the roof. The timber, the stone, everything seems to be crumbling and rotting, and as you look around, you don't see any obelisks or any Omuan writing on any of the walls inscribed anywhere. This does not look like a shrine.
Alrighty. Thank you very much. I follow.
Okay. Everyone else?
Lunan follows.
Dusted is right behind Vargo, following on.
Okay. As you all mimic the old Tabaxi sliding down into the basement below, you land into a small but comfortable 20-foot room. It is a basement of sorts. There is a small cookpot in the center. There's a pallet where you assume that he sleeps. It's dark in here, but as he takes in his visitors, he walks to the far corner and he lights a lamp that illuminates the inside of this small, cozy room. He moves over and stokes some of the embers underneath, brings the flames to life, and you watch as he begins to stir the food inside. A wafting of sweet meats and some sort of fruity vegetables seems to tickle your nose. You watch as he turns around and reaches down, picks up a bowl from the ground, and there's a spoon inside, and he moves over to the cookpot and grabs a ladle and fills up the bowl, and then moves to the first person, which happens to be Dusted. My food is yours. Please. You notice that there is only one bowl and one spoon in his sparsely decorated home.
Dusted takes it.
I
Sort
don't
of
think
unsure.
we could eat your food. Even though you got out here.
What is mine is yours. You have spared my life. I would wish to be entertained with the reason why you are here.
Oh, I'm sure we can give that for free. No food payment needed.
As he lets the bowl, as he leaves the bowl with Dusted, he sits down slowly, one leg under the other, cross-legged, and he almost seems to gently ease himself into his cross-legged position. From underneath the pillow, where his head rests at night, he pulls out a small pouch and a pipe. Clutching it in his teeth, he then begins to stuff his pipe with what looks like tobacco.
Heard of the death curse that seems to be plaguing the lands.
Curse, my boy? What curse?
Death curse. It has recently been released onto the lands of Jod and prevents anyone from being raised back from the dead. Those who have will slowly wither away and die once more.
I know of no such curse. I am not plagued by anything. He finishes stuffing his pipe and leans forward and grabs the ladle and takes a spoonful of stew, from the pot, and and then sits back into his position and begins to light his pipe.
So it seems. You seem surprisingly agile. Matching up with our friend here. As I look towards Dusted a bit.
Agile of body. My mind of late is not so well. So tell me, is this curse what brings you into these lands?
Been hoping to stop it, yes. And almost been one of our leads, though it's not given us any meaningful answers thus far.
And why were you treating with the UNT? What business have you with them?
Heard of Raznazi across the lands and the terrors he has raised. And while she offered us a, a temporary allegiance of sorts, we would get rid of Raznazi and she would point us in the direction of
These. And Dustin takes out one of his cubes
So,
and presents it to the Tabaxi.
so you are in league with the UNT. Why did you not finish me off then?
whatever allegiance we had with her. Well, their leader has ended. The job is done.
Technically,
Don't say that out loud, Vago. Don't say that out loud, Vago.
yeah, sorry. I did it.
He looks at you with one eye, Vargo. And then he looks at the cube, Dusted. Which one have you handed him, Shagambi or Unk?
Unk, I think Dustin is very protective of the Shagambi one, even if it is a fellow Tabaxi.
So, I recognize the god Unk. Is this the prize that you retrieved from the sacrilege of his temple?
Literally, these we found prior to entering the temple. We are still looking for the last few.
Last one. There's one more. Somewhere. Moa hides somewhere here. A shrine, or his shrine. Somewhere.
I am aware of the Shrine of Moa. You will have a tough time swinging across the ravine. It is indeed the last remaining building on that pinnacle of rock surrounded by lava.
Nice.
So we feared. Have you any idea of what these artifacts do? Truthfully, we've been roaming these lands in search of them, but we're not quite sure what for.
They are for entering. Aren't they? They are for entering something. We were pointing in the direction of where the crown was. No?
Not exactly.
We needed the cubes for that, no?
Did we need the cubes for that? Or was it the other way around?
I don't know. No.
My understanding is that the cubes serve as a sort of key
Yes.
to enter
Yes.
Something.
some place in the north of Ormuz. I believe where the caves are.
Yeah.
Over there.
But I don't think we know what's in whatever it unlocks.
No, that we don't.
Mm. Well, we know the curse is down there, or whatever is producing it. This soulmonger thing,
We do?
isn't it? I mean, are we looking for that?
Yeah, but I will
So-
assume that, but I don't have direct confirmation of that in my notes.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah, because I think all we heard was that it was somewhere in Omu potentially.
well, having scoured most of the ruins, I doubt our fellow here has seen anything that even resembles this so-called thing, whatever it is.
Doubt so, yes, seeing as he doesn't seem to know of its existence.
Hmm. So, a hunt for these cubes to unlock something to something else is your reason for being here, and your reason for signing up with these UNT.
Mm-hmm.
Or in hopes that whatever is locked behind these cubes will be what we're looking for to end this curse.
Fortune hunters?
It's
What do you stand?
Family hunters,
Family hunters.
or at least for my sake.
Yes.
This is home,
Yes, of course.
ironically.
He starts talking next to himself. Just okay. It's okay. I too am here on a hunt for family. I too have seen other fortune hunters come and go.
You'd say it was a common name.
You said the name River.
Indeed, yes. Two Rivers Running was my youngest. Some time ago. I was leader of my tribe. We were beset by pirates, raided our village, stole our children. Pirates came in the dead of night, scallywags as they are, and ransacked the village, put many of my tribe to the sword. I could not save my son and daughter. My eldest was taken, but I managed to save my wife and my youngest. How many moons ago? I cannot say. In the years that followed, I tried to hunt down these pirates myself, but I could never pick up their trail. They almost seemed to have disappeared into the depths of the oceans, and of course, Tabaxi do not travel well on ship. And
Do you remember anything distinct of the pirates? It's a long shot, but we ran into some not too long ago.
Most of us were running. Most of us were cut down and slaughtered where we were. I myself did not have a chance to fight back. I elected to save my kin, only to lose them many years later. I still cannot fathom. I spent many a year searching the jungle looking for my son and daughter, in the hopes that my eldest would take my seat. And after some time, the forest and jungle spirits convinced me to return home. And when I did, I happened upon my youngest, standing over the body of my wife, his mother, blood dripping from his claws, and mine own brother beside him, knife in hand. They turned on me. Had I not fled, I would not sit here in front of you today. But I know in my heart of hearts, whilst I've lost my wife, my 2 children are still alive somewhere. I can feel it. I went and visited the Oracle in Oralungo. The trek across Chult took me many weeks. She foretold that should I find the navel of the moon in Omu, I would be reunited with my children. For it is said that the navel of the moon is carved from a chunk of the moon itself, and anyone that holds the stone can always find their way home, or their loved ones. This is what brings me here. I've given up my quest for revenge on pirates, and once I find my children, I will take back my tribal throne, relieve my uncle and my wayward youngest of their evil deeds. Yes, I have said so. Okay. And he looks at you, Dusted. You know, you look like him. In the dark, at least. The line of your face. Your coat is the wrong shade, and you don't have those 2 white lines running from head to tail. And you smell wrong, but at a glance, you could probably pass yourself off for Rivers. Before he got fat and lazy. Usurping bastard he is. Many times I've thought about returning to exact my revenge on my murderous son and brother. But my mind, it isn't what it used to be. I must be strong. My quest for the navel is all that keeps me going. The spirits in the jungle and of course this pipe.
How long have you been searching for this navel?
Many a moon. It has been so long since I've been in Omu. I've searched the ruins. I've found the locked door. I've seen a group of, I guess, fortune hunters dropped in a mountain crevice. Strange fellows clad in yellow.
Yellow.
All right, sir. I might know those people. Yeah.
Yes.
What I don't get is how do they enter without the cubes? But... all right.
Some of the prisoners of UNT are taken into the jungle proper, sacrificed to their god, and dropped into one of their wells. can only assume. For the crevices somewhere above this locked door that I cannot get into.
You don't happen to know the location of this sacrificial place you mentioned?
I have not been that far. It is just over the lip of the jungle wall surrounding this village, this city.
Right.
And he explains it is somewhere around about here. Let me.
Yeah, I see the place. It's just that it's unfortunate.
In the jungle, somewhere there, he explains he sees UNT marching some of their prisoners and returning without them.
But if that's going to continue now that Nazir is gone,
It is.
I mean, that pool of blood is not going to keep it goodbye. Sorry.
Flavors are all the same. They don't change pattern just because one of the leaders died.
Fuck.
They might say some different things if they had different gods, but it's the same.
it's quite a lot to take in, all of this.
Oh, we're visitors. Where did you all come from? And and you have my bowl. Oh, please help yourself. Who are you?
Do you have like multiple people living in your body or something?
If they've been
You are blue.
alone for so long that
A blue elf.
They can be different colors too.
Oh, that is a neat trick. Like black and white stripes?
No, I'm limited to, like, spring, all pink. I think. I haven't really been spring yet. I haven't quite felt.
Ah.
But summer I can be all red. Look like a fire, I guess.
There is fire and lava around here. And the UNT are closing in. Be wary.
Don't worry, we can take them down. We killed their leader. It was quite fun.
The High Priestess?
No, not that one. But if she gets in our way, maybe we'll chuck her in the lava.
Be wary, there are a group of fortune hunters in league with the UNT. I have seen them desecrate a shrine.
The red ones.
I have seen red ones too. The wizards, yes.
Oh, we killed quite a few of them.
keep an eye out.
Have I seen you before? You look familiar there.
Well, you offered us a place to stay, so that might be why.
I'm afraid I don't speak Tabaxi.
What kind of a Tabaxi are you? You do not speak your local language. But of course, if I have offered you hospitality, please eat, sleep. My mind is not what it used to be. Sometimes I need to rest.
Who would we be speaking to at the moment? What is your name, if you don't mind?
I am Bag of Nails, once tribal leader. But my youngest murdered my wife with my brother's help and took my throne. Now I seek my missing son and daughter to reclaim what is mine, and only the navel of the moon can help. The oracle at Oralunga told me to come to Omu to find it, for with it I shall find my family.
Navel of the moon?
Yes, the navel of the moon. Have you not heard of this artifact? Oh, yes. Oh, I've given them hospitality. I must be able to trust them. Sorry, my friends are suspicious of your presence in our home.
Is there anything to do? Anything that we can do to make the film more comfortable?
Help me find the navel of the moon.
What would it look like?
It's a piece of the moon.
Like a rock?
Or cheese. Nah, I am only kidding. But yes, a yellow rock.
That does sound like cheese.
Mm-hmm. Some would say yes. What brings you to Omo?
We're trying to stop a curse.
Bargo
Taking
Bargo
in new
just
sights.
pets pets gives yeah, I mean pets Dusted in the shoulder and exits the place of the Tabaxi.
Okay. Fargo begins to stand up and exit. Fairly well, human.
Dusted sort of like waits for slightly long enough that it becomes obnoxious, and then puts down the bowl and gets up and follows Vargo outside.
We thank you for your hospitality, but I think it is time for us to leave. I will also get up and
Oh, Rivers. What led you to the dark side, my son? How could you?
Having been around him for a while, could Lunan kind of do an assessment if this could be just age or magically induced?
If you want to see if it's magically, I'd say roll an Arcana, or give me a Wisdom check for me.
Either or which one?
Either or. Or, in fact, an Insight check would be better.
Insight would have added a bit, but not much. It would have added 3 to it.
Okay.
Mike.
12 is probably what you would... 12, 13 would taking into account everything that you do and looking at his demeanor, I mean, he's aging. His mind is not all there. He seems to be flitting in and out of flashback memories and confusing the present with what is happening. He seems to be showing early signs of madness. Dusted, before you exit, he crawls up and grabs your hand.
Yes.
Oh, you see rivers, take back that which is ours. Come back and find me.
Yes. And he does it squeezes the hand of the other Tabaxi in recognition
And he looks
of his request.
and you notice when you look into his eyes that he's actually crying.
Stefan, you're going to make me cry.
Make who cry? Yes. Yes. Rest. Tribe warrior. Tribe chief. Rest.
Be wary of the patrols. Tabaxi are everywhere. Yes. Okay. Go now. Go. We need our rest.
I can keep up with you, old man. I can keep up with some patrols. And Dustin gives him a smile and then leaves.
As a thank you, you can have some of these. And she's gonna give him 2 rations. It's not a lot, but it's something. Like 2 ration packs.
Oh, this is most generous of you, Blue Girl. Thank you.
You stay safe, okay?
Yes. We will. And watch out. It's a jungle out there.
It is.
An astute observation.
I have had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
It probably won't work. I don't know. But as she hands him the rations, I'm gonna spend 5 points of lay on hands to see if she can cure a disease from him.
Okay. As as you lay hands on him and the magic surrounds your hands and your embrace, his eyes almost seem to widen. The damage that he had taken previously, the wounds seem to heal, and his face sags, and you almost see relaxation wash over him. Gusting wind, my wife. I will find clawed nails, stretching in scented breeze. Wait for me. And he looks at you and thank you. And crawls over to his pallet.
Not a problem. Stay safe.
And
Stay safe.
when he gets to his pallet, he lays his head down and begins to close his eyes.
Should just quietly nod and leave the room.
Has everyone left? Who's still behind?
Lunan
Everyone's
leaves
gone.
with Yerlena as well.
It is still dark outside. It is a cloudless sky. The lights from the stars are twinkling, casting dim light everywhere. In the distance, you can hear the raging of the waterfall and the hissing as the water falls into the lava. The acrid smell of charcoal fills the air as you exit. You're very close to the fissure.
Something.
As you exit the hut of the Tabaxi, if you pay attention to Bargo, you notice that he's cleaning some tears from his face.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time
Help with that.
it's the first time you see him crying. Hello?
Oh, I was just seeing if anyone would say anything. Dastard rushes to his side and just puts an arm around him. Doesn't say anything. Just in that moment, just puts an arm around him.
I don't know how you're handling it, Dusted. I honestly don't know how you're doing it.
I just know that if this tear or navel or whatever it is, this moonstone exists, wouldn't you want to do anything to find it as well? If it can
Yes.
find your loved ones?
Yes, I will. Ah,
Then that is what we'll do. And we'll find our loved ones. So, not if or when or why. We just do it.
mhm.
And Dustin lets go of Vago slowly, just to make sure that he just doesn't drop him on the floor. He's not being an ass about it. It's not like that. Yeah, fuck this. Now go away. It's not like that. He is being genuinely sincere with this. And sort of gives Vago a little sort of squeeze with two hands on either side of his shoulders.
How do you reach my shoulders? I'm questioning that. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you are like 6 inches taller than me at least. So yeah, I don't know either. But this little Tabaxi just sort of like grabs your shoulders and be like, "Arr." It's like, oh, that's adorable. You're like so small. But yeah.
Oh boy. Alright, I'm going to try to be practical here. Do we believe him?
I don't see why he would lie, but I suppose you can't believe every crazy
If
old
he was-
man you come across.
If you are a crazy old man and you're lying, would you be able to remember the same lie twice?
If you
That's-
If you were
convinced
very
yourself
smart.
of the lie,
That's an excellent point.
If you're faking that you're crazy as well.
Well, even crazy has
no.
method, doesn't it?
I
I mean, you see me crawling up buildings all the time.
don't
Calling
believe
You
that
are
you.
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, but
was not
I'm
faking.
crazy enough to do the same
I do
thing
not
every
believe he
time.
was faking it. I caught a glimpse of his mind when we first stopped him. It really was a jumbled mess.
Mhm.
If he's faking it, he is.
Very good at acting?
Believe me, no, he's not. I've seen people like him. They He's for real.
We could try and find the thing that he wanted.
If whatever he's looking for is real.
Yes, I suppose it did sound like it looked like cheese.
But yes, if we come across it and it seems safe, we could try and find them again.
Is the moon actually yellow?
Second, Jelena asks that. Dustin looks up to have a look to be sure that he's indeed yellow.
Question.
And
The
after
real
satisfying-
question is, which of the moons are we talking about?
Are they different colors?
Yeah, they are. I think in Faerun they are, but in Stefan's world we don't know. I guess.
Absolutely true. Stefan, which color is the moon and how many moons they are?
Which
So at the moment, as you look up, the moon looks quite bright. It's more white than yellow, but I suppose it could pass for yellow on some nights, since you've been in the jungle for certain.
Seems to change color.
So we're looking for a color changing rock.
What?
Well,
Dustin snaps back to reality and looks at Jelena. Huh?
no, I think he specified that it was yellow.
That it looked like cheese.
Then again, he had never seen it before. He just heard about it, right?
Correct.
From some
Wait,
I
oracle.
wonder if it is in that. Well, I suppose it's not a monster, but maybe it's in that book of yours. Margot.
Sorry, yeah, when I'm distracted, what did you say?
Maybe it's in that book of yours. I know it's not a monster, but I don't know.
The
maybe
moon?
it's something.
Oh, the artifact.
No, the navel. The navel.
Yeah. I will look.
For all we know, it might be a monster.
Oh,
I will look when the light comes in the morning. I mean, it's quite a lot. Do we remember how was the Tabaxi we met a month ago? Maybe near Port Beleriand. Fort Beleriand.
Yes.
Dustin should remember him quite well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because that was his first sort of encounter with an actual.
Yeah. What was his name?
I wrote it down. But
I
need to
thought I
find
did,
it.
but I didn't. Ay. And
he
the
pointed us to
go ahead.
Oh no, nothing. Go ahead.
The oracle he mentioned is the same that the company of the Yellow Banner visited. I don't remember if it was for getting information of Mesro or Omu, but I'm fearing we might have to visit this place at some time. If only to get answers.
We at least know the potential location of this locked door place. We have somewhere
I don't know
to
if we know
look for.
that there is. We don't know if the door is there, but we were pointed in the direction of the obelisks at the edge of town. Yes.
I believe so.
Well, that's two sources confirming the same thing. That's What are we going to do with the UNT guys? This, they are not good people, but
They are
I'm
slaves. We can do whatever we want with them.
I'm supposed I'm having trouble judging a different culture than my own in their place of origin, if you know what I mean.
All I can say is I don't think there is a equal deal between the auntie and the ones they refer to as slaves.
Hmm.
Like Dusted said,
And by the way, the Tabaxi was called Sitting Stegosaurus.
Oh my god, yes, yeah, so no, so it's not one of them. Okay, thank you.
And yeah, sorry, you were saying something, Valorous. I interrupted you.
a leader doesn't dictate the entirety of their followers' actions, so I
Did you see
suppose if
the?
we do find the crown, if it's dangerous and we don't need to keep searching around in Omo, we leave.
Hmm. Lunan, I think I can have your advice as a cleric yourself. Do you think they are likely to continue down their practices when we leave?
I personally have no doubt that they will be horrible. Most of them, at least. There might be a few good apples in the rot, but I would think
And
we
well,
would do. I think we would do Sholton a favor, getting rid of as many as possible. But I
oh
don't
man,
think I don't think we're capable of it. So
Not
not right
yet.
now.
I'm I'm afraid that's the thing I fear. I think we are capable. It's only it's only that I don't know if it's the right thing to do.
I
It's
don't think we have the time to do it.
that's a valid matter.
Yeah.
In the end, it might all come down to that, I suppose.
But I guess at the moment we should probably focus on destroying the curse.
Absolutely, yes.
Should we make our way towards the lava surrounded building?
It's probably the best.
We have to do it at some point. So yeah, let's do it now.
And quickly before the senile old man forgets that we are not UNT followers again.
Oh boy. When you say that, I just Bargo just goes out the building. Yeah.
Yeah. As does the dance there. Dusted is going to take something out of his backpack. The Tabaxi horn that he's been carrying around for God knows how long. And his player actually remembered before the break that he wanted to ask Hat's Bag of Nails about it, but I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So now I'm just standing there with it and sort of like regretting not asking about it, but then pockets it again.
Okay. So where are you off to?
The cliff, I guess. The nearest point to the temple.
Why don't you move your...
Only question. Yeah, only question I have is, Stefan,
Hmm.
are you going to make 200 gargoyles track us if we fly this 60 feet ravine?
That is something that I would not tell you directly.
All right.
Try it and see, I guess.
I will. Now I'm regretting my choice of spells from leveling up. That will be fine.
Right, where on the map are you going to move your token to? Where do you adjudge the nearest point?
I mean, should be the straight line, I guess. Or there? It's 60 feet either way. Oh, you don't see my ruler, so sorry.
I don't know. Can you draw
So-
on the map?
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, I can see your token move now. There we
Mhm.
go.
That will be the point. If you want us to draw a path.
From there, it's 50 feet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
There is a 45-foot point as well.
I just realized it seems like if I look in the end, do I see lava or rocks? It seems like it will be rocks, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so as you stand at the edge of the cliff, you gaze upon the massive stone column that stretches over 300 feet high from the lava below. You can't help but marvel at its imposing presence. Rising from the depths of the lava below, the column stands as a testament to the ancient architecture and the enduring forces of nature. At the top of the column, occupying roughly 180 square feet of space, you see a walled ruin surrounded by lush palms. The contrast between the rugged stone and the vibrant greenery creates a striking image, as if nature has claimed a piece of this ancient structure for its own. The walled ruin, weathered and overgrown, hints at a history shrouded in mystery. From here you can see crumbling stone walls partially covered by thick foliage that could potentially offer a glimpse of some architectural design that may have once stood proudly on this column. The presence of palms adds a touch of life and vitality to the scene, their leaves rustling in the warm breeze. It's almost as if the natural world has embraced the remnants of this man-made structure, forcing some sort of union between humanoid craftsmanship and the forces of nature. 45 feet is the gap across from you. Definitely not enough to jump. Certainly enough to fly. Maybe enough to swing on a rope.
The walk between the place we were at and this one is only 170 feet, so I guess that is rather quick. We get here.
Mm-hmm. About 5 minutes. We'll use Vargo's token for the party. Assuming everyone's walked with Vargo then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
For you.
All right. So, are we doing this now? I say to the others.
I see no reason to delay more than we already have.
Mm-hmm. So, thing is, I can fly 3 people plus myself.
Do we leave someone to watch then, or should we all try to get over?
I'm wondering if Elena, you're strong. Barris, you're thin. If I make you fly, Elena, do you think you can carry Valris with you?
As long as you don't pull one of your tricks again.
I won.
Dustin sincerely has to protest on that. But if he falls, please, I can stay behind over here.
Yelena, how much weight is your character sheet got on it?
Currently I am now unencumbered, which is good, but my carrying weight is 174. I'm not sure what's still pushing it. Oh, I am carrying a 10 and the
boat.
the boat.
Maybe.
Yeah, the boat's pretty hefty. The boat weighs less than the tent actually.
And the rations?
Oh, I need to make sure I take two off.
Barris, you cannot do that spell again, can't you?
My rations weigh
Unfortunately
28
not.
pounds. Yeah, they still weigh quite a bit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a lot.
I'm getting through them slowly.
Unless Yelena leaves her backpack behind with the weight she's carrying, I don't think she'll be able to carry Valrus and
I
all his
mean,
equipment.
the fly lasts for 10 minutes, so I think there is time. It's the gargoyles I'm concerned about.
Can we be invisible?
Funny thing, yes, but not at the same time we fly. I mean,
Oh.
I can't. I mean, if we drink a potion, I guess.
I have a potion of flying.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
I was just looking at my inventory like, do I have anything for being invisible? I have a potion of flying.
Do we
So we
have a
send-
potion of invisibility as well? Maybe.
We send over one person to the temple.
Dusted, you have a potion of invisibility. Maybe one of us can fly, take out a rope, tie it down, and keep close to the rope in case somebody falls walking the rope. You know why? Do you guys follow me?
You want us to walk across a rope over a giant bit of lava?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, to be fair, it's not the most dangerous thing we have done. We have some fairy wars.
I suppose. That's good.
We just the person that's flying and invisible can keep an eye in case. In fact, I believe it can help the others cross. Or we can just fly and forget
Dustin is just looking. Just looking at you dumbfoundedly. He has no idea what you're talking about.
All right. So yeah. Sorry. So the idea is I can fly and or make anybody fly and be invisible if they take the potion of invisibility or the potion of fly, regardless. That person can go to the temple tie a rope and help the others pass through the rope. The thing is, if we all fly, we might catch the attention of the gargoyles. It's that particular thing I'm trying to avoid. If
Okay.
the gargoyles are no concern, we can just fly and call it a day. Sorry, I know it's confusing.
It's magic. Okay.
For reasons I cannot explain, I cannot be invisible and flying at the same time unless I take a potion.
Hmm.
Does anyone have a smoke grenade left?
Small what?
Smoke grenade?
I don't even think I had any, so I don't think so.
I thought we had 2. I used 1.
Yeah.
You need cover. I don't believe the
I-
gargoyles can see through darkness. I can
Oh.
always do that.
That could
But
work.
neither can we.
I'm concerned that the smoke might call the attention of the UNT though.
But the
Yeah.
darkness could help.
You have a point there, yeah. Can you see through your own darkness, Maurice? I guess so. I just never asked.
Depends on how I conjure it up.
Ah, sorcerers. Okay. I never get your kind of magic.
Well, I understand none of what you do on the battlefield either, so we're quite in the same boat.
Fair. So, what did it will be? I like to imagine that while we are all discussing this, Jarlena just takes a rope and throws it to the other side and gets there while
I
all
don't
of us
have
are
a rope
walking.
anymore.
I mean, I still have the grappling hook, so probably this is an effort
Yeah.
between Dustin and Jelena. Just how long was this? 45 feet, yeah. Starts tossing
Yep.
grappling
She's
hooks
gonna
over.
hand Dustin the potion of flying as a nomination. You're quite agile,
And
you know. Even flying.
No. Dustin has already drunk it and given one rope end to Jelena and started flying over across the other side. While the other 3 guys are still discussing, the scholars are still discussing this theory of magic over there.
Very good.
Dustin, tell me what did you do? You drank the potion of flying.
Yeah, and then I had 2 ropes that I still have tied together. They are not being untied from each other ever since. It's 2 hempen ropes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tied that to the grappling hook and started flying over to the other side.
Okay, explain your trajectory to me.
Oh my
Straight
god,
as
that can be incredibly quickly as well.
what?
You can be extremely fast as well while you fly, can you not?
There's a
I
potion-
suppose.
The potion of flying. Is it a 30
Unless
foot
it
fly
gives
speed?
it. Okay. It's a set speed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
60, but I guess as a Tabaxi, you can double this speed.
Yeah, but it's
Tabasco.
it says your
Tabasco.
speed, yeah. But I don't think that works with the potion. That would be weird. But yeah,
Yeah.
Dustin's gonna fly over, and the trajectory is. Can I draw? Is it possible to still draw on this in this game, or have they removed it entirely?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay,
You
straight
have
over.
draw over there.
What Dustin perceives to the shortest sort of like route.
Okay.
Because he needs the 100-foot rope that is tied together to reach across.
Yeah, are you...
We have enough rope. We can tie it.
I mean,
Go
how
ahead.
are you going to fly across? Are you just going to literally as if you are walking on an invisible bridge and fly straight across, or are you going to leap up into the air?
No,
then-
you know Dustin is a show-off and an asshole, so why are you even asking that? He's gonna drop down, fall at least a little bit before flying up again and landing on the other side. So the curve is basically a downwards pretending to fall and then flying up again.
How high up? How far down?
Let's say like a fall of a second, so that's like how I don't know how fast you fall in this. We talked about it at one
500
point, but I forget.
per 6 seconds usually.
Oh yeah, for 500. Yeah.
A second is 600 feet. So at 100.
Roll a
100
performance.
feet.
Roll a performance check for me, please.
Oh god, this is not going to be good, but let's go with it anyway.
It's gonna be a goldfish.
It was almost a, it was almost a, it was almost a 20.
I
I'm
was
so
going to
mad.
say, I don't know if
If Dustin dies like this, he lived as he died, being fucking stupid.
Okay, dusted. So as you step off with a 4, you almost turn around and lean backwards as you fall backwards, forgetting that the potion of flying also gives you a hovering speed, and instead of dropping, you almost feel like just falling onto your back, closing your eyes. You drop maybe a foot before you spin onto your stomach and jettison straight forward towards the cliff without climbing or going up in any height at all,
Oh god.
in a straight beeline towards the other side and the brush, and just at the last minute before you careen into the cliff face, you you manage to pull up at the last minute, hand dragging through some of the underbrush with the grapple, managing to latch on and get caught in a whole lot of bushes and shrubbery. And then it almost pulls you into a somersault as it flips you over without letting go of the rope. You slam into the bushes on the other side. And then you slowly start to float and hover again.
Dustin's
Wow.
gonna brush himself off and then just walk across.
He just
Stifled.
pretends nothing happened.
Yeah, exactly. Like the pride is just too much. I mean, earlier today he had trouble fucking beating up an old man, and now he has trouble even being flareful. So he's just gonna be a little bit sulky and then just pretend nothing happened and go across.
Okay, go across to where?
To where the line is. Or did I ended up at the same spot I left them, right?
What do you mean by go across? Do you mean fly back to the other side of the cliff?
Dustin gets confused in the middle of all of this and flies
Oh,
back to where he started.
I thought I actually landed back where I started the way you described it. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm already over here. So Dustin's gonna look for a place to hide the rope then, or not hide the rope, tie the rope.
Okay.
Hide the rope.
The rope
Throw
is
it in a bush
already
somewhere.
tangled into the bush. Try as you might. Imagine in a circus where you know the small height challenged person gets shot out of a cannon, and instead
Oh my god.
instead of the cannon going up at a 45-degree angle, the angle drops straight down to the ground, and Dusted, trying to pirouette off the back of the cliff and pull off some sort of swan dive, just sort of like skims like a stone off the top of the water when you throw it across a river, and then into the bushes on the other side of the ravine. And as you pull out through, the rope is already tangled and knotted and messed up, and try as you might, you cannot undo it. with a
So we have a
performance check of 4. You've
so we have a
That's
managed-
just
perfect
gonna.
tie. Then since Charlena held the other end,
So Dusted is on the other side.
I will minor illusion a panel with the number 10 and pull it over my head.
Alright, as you turn around to get your bearings, Dusted, you see Vargo on the other side holding up an invisible board with a 10.
An invisible, not invisible, illusion.
An illusionary board with a big number 10 on it.
Used
No, but
thaumaturgy to
I
create some
cannot.
slow clapping sounds.
But you have to remember, Dusted's intelligence is so low that his investigation would never know that it's an illusion.
Nice.
That is
So,
very
no.
true. Alright, the rest of you on the other side. It appears that Dusted has just shot off like a speeding bullet into the bushes on the other side of the ravine and managed to tangle up the rope securely.
Alright. I assume the gargoyles might think he's dead already, so might be a good time to... Who wants to go first? I don't want to go first.
I'll give it a go.
Are you sure?
It's either that or Dusted flies all the way back or whatever he did.
I'm just saying, Babris. It might be worth if trying someone stronger, just in case the rope is not, you know. I mean, no offense, but
But I don't trust you, no offense.
actually, I have Featherfall. Never mind. Go ahead.
over lava.
Alright.
That's true. The end. You never told me. If we look down, is there lava or rocks? Because in the
it's lava.
oh, okay. In the picture, I thought it might be okay.
Well, Featherfall might still be useful.
You're resistant to
I-
fire, not are you not worried?
Wow. Okay.
That's fine.
So you
I have a
will die-
plan if it goes that badly.
Alright.
I will try and go across.
Okay, so let me first see here. So Featherfall is a reaction. The range is 60 foot, which means that you can actually get it across to the other side. Valrus, I'm going to need you to either roll an athletics or an acrobatics. It will take 2 checks to get to the other side. If you fail one check, I will give you a dex saving throw to see if you can manage to grab onto the rope. If you fail that, there is no safety net, you will drop.
Lunan is gonna guide him.
Okay, so I'm going to say it's a relatively easy climb across. The difficulty is a 12 on your climbing.
Oh, it is.
You manage to shimmy halfway across, rope digging into your hands as you try and bear your weight. Are you taking all of your equipment with you?
Well, I'm already on the rope now, so yeah.
I guess you are. Okay. You get to the halfway mark. You take a breather, preparing yourself for the rest of the climb.
Is there anything that I have that's like... No. Okay. Alright. Here we go.
You have the guidance?
You are
Oh,
good.
and the guidance. Oh, well, yeah, that's at least 12 then. Well, there we go. 12.
Wow.
The bare minimum.
Bare minimum. By the skin of your teeth, you managed to make it to the other side. through the brush that dusted Kareen through and shot through. You dust yourself off as you stand up. You're on the other end.
When Barus makes it, I say to Lunan, "No, oddly enough, I now feel more confident. We can all do it."
Awesome. Okay,
After you.
who's next?
Do I hear that?
How?
I don't know.
You're on the other side. Alright, who wants to go?
Luna says after you and guides Vargo.
Okay, Vargo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I cast Fly on myself and go to the other side.
You cast Fly on yourself.
Yeah.
And you fly across.
Yeah, I didn't study magic for years to be in a rope.
Okay, how are you going to fly across?
Quickly.
What trajectory are you going to take?
Straight line.
One dive down below, and then up.
Actually, that was really smart of Dustin. Going down just so the gargoyles don't see you, and I will do that. I will mimic that.
Yes,
It's a
that
good
was the
strategy.
intention.
Are you going to show off?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
To be fair, though, you wouldn't even know that was his intention because he never did.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm assuming that was his intention. That's why I did the 10 earlier.
All right. In which
Good idea.
case, you step off the cliff, drop a couple of feet down, and then fly yourself across to the other side, and just climbing up at the last minute over the lip of the column of stone. Who's next?
Jordana? You want to
I-
climb?
I suppose.
May Ayun be with you, guiding.
I thank you. I guess she'll start making her way across.
Mm-hmm.
It was an acrobatics or athletics.
Either one, yeah. You need a 12.
It is not really with me today.
Guidance.
Roll your d4.
D4 for guidance, yeah.
Oh,
It's 50-50.
Oh, you get a 17 as you managed to make your way halfway across the rope. The nerves almost kick in as one of your fingers slip. You refocus and gather yourself for the rest of the journey. Go ahead and roll again, please.
You got this.
okay.
Nice.
Renewed confidence, you just managed to quickly shuffle your way across the rope to the other side. Ah, easy stuff.
It gives Lunan a thumbs up about halfway over.
Okay. Which then leaves us with Lunan.
Thank you, Ayun, for helping my friends. Now please save me as well. And then I go over.
You serve your function.
Yeah, guiding myself.
Mhm.
Acrobatics. Misa dead. I need a 4.
Yeah.
However, if I do not roll a 4, can I roll the inspiration?
Mhm.
So I will first see if the 4. I did.
Oh my goodness, nice dice. Wow. Good job.
Ayun is with you.
As you
You lucky son of a bitch.
She saved all of us.
It's faith.
you get halfway across and you hit the greasy patch where Yelena slipped and your hand comes loose, but you manage to grab quickly. You are halfway across the rope.
I will ask for guidance again, so I have it renewed, and go on.
It lasts for a minute, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Mhm.
spent when you...
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Oh, easy stuff. Again, same roll as Yelena then, as you manage to make it to the other side with no impediment at all. Safely across, you all stand at the edge of what might be the last shrine. The Shrine of Mao.
Moa.
Mao, Moa. How did I spell it? I've spelled Mao, haven't I? Goodness me.
Yes.
Oh dear, Moa. We'll change
Does
that.
he have a little red book we have to follow?
Son of Mao is in a different country, buddy.
Alright, standing at the back of the compound, where are you going to move to?
Question: do you do rope behind?
Oh, good question.
I would like to go up to the bushes and see how secure this entangled situation actually was.
It is stuck. It is literally stuck. You won't untangle it.
Yeah.
Neither the
Oh,
grappling
wow.
hook or the rope is something we're getting back at this point.
It's gonna be a permanent feature there until the heat burns the rope away.
We cut the shrub down.
Or yeah, fireball.
I mean,
Could you not set fire to the tree? Yeah, exactly.
pretty drastic solution, but I mean, this is not that deep. How many rope? No, we need them all. But Bargo will fly to the other side and try to untie the rope.
Well, don't we need to get back somehow afterwards?
Yeah, but I'm insecure, man. If someone follows us through this rope, I fly back. I leave the rope.
I have removed my 2 ropes for now, and my grappling hook.
Alright.
If in the future we need more than 200 feet of rope, I will remember this moment.
Right, where to next?
Right.
To the temple. I mean,
The shrine.
I understand. Yeah, that's right. Around and well, we can find a place to enter. We enter.
Around? Why around? And Dustin tries to climb the
Because-
wall straight in front of him.
Because last time we tried to climb that wall, we spent half an hour in real time. I'm just thinking get around the temple and enter the front. Did you forget about that? Really?
Are you asking me or
I
Dustin?
know I have. I'm asking you because I have forgot that one instance. No.
Seems perfectly reasonable to me.
The
I
Vargo
don't
is going to
remember what
walk
happened, but it
Okay, so Vargo's
walking around.
the whole the long way around.
Mm-hmm. Dusted, I need you to make an athletics check for me while you climb the wall, and the rest of you?
Stand and watch.
Stand and watch. Yelena?
Stand and watch.
All right, show off.
I like to jump something or somewhere. It's a chance to English. It's an spectacle. A show.
Entertainment.
Dustin wouldn't take the
Thank
easy
you.
way if he could.
Okay, so we have Dustin at the back, Vargo at the front, and the three of you.
Today, we learned that doing backflips while jumping is a Tabaxi thing, not a dusted thing.
Alright, Dusted, very easily as you move towards the wall. In one leap, you manage to reach the top and climb over, casting your eyes about. You look down and you notice that there are actually gaps in the wall that you probably could have squeezed through instead of having to climb over. But nonetheless, showing off is what you're determined to do. So, scaling the wall, you manage to get onto the top and happy in your endeavor. As Vargo, you watch him walking around the entire compound walls. As you approach the compound, you can see a squat building surrounded by palm trees, gently swaying in the warm breeze coming up from the lava below. They almost seem to create a natural barrier with their lush green fronds, a curtain of foliage that adds a touch of serenity to the area. Vargo, as you move around to the front, you notice two large obelisks, and ahead of you, worn steps lead up to an entrance beckoning you to explore deeper. The archway itself forms the entrance to the building. On it is adorned reliefs of coiled serpents. These intricate carvings give a glimpse into the artistic craftsmanship of the past, depicting the ancient reverence for nature and the symbolism associated with serpents. The walls of the building, now worn and weathered by time, are covered in jungle foliage, blending seamlessly with the surrounding environment. Untouched for what could be eons. Vines creep up the walls, moss clings to the cracks, adding an air of mystique and antiquity to the structure. In the courtyard ahead of you, the towering palm trees appear to be providing much needed shade during the sunny hours if the sun was high in the sky. Now, in the moonlight, they cast dappled shadows on the ground below.
Barry's question.
Yes.
Did you told us about the dream you have? The one about how the lava pit was formed?
Don't think so. I think Lunan
Alright.
just saw him sketch something, and he would have done so again after the current rest. But I forgot to
Alrighty.
mention it in the beginning, and I don't know how good the drawing came out this time.
Okay, thank you for reminding me. Any signs of ancient Omuan to be found, Ian?
From where you are standing, you can't see anything. You may need to venture
Quite
closer.
literally. The thing is, I don't see the map.
Oh, it's
I
a
see
very
the
small
tokens,
thing,
but-
the
Zoom
middle
in.
of the thing. Yeah, it's very close.
No. I believe it's an above BTT thing. I'm afraid. Aha! There you go. Now I see it.
Good stuff.
Alrighty, so I get closer. Oh yeah.
That's a big token you have.
That is a big token. As you venture closer towards the opening corridor, your eyes are immediately drawn to intricate carvings of serpents that adorn the walls. Their sinuous forms are etched into the stone, seemingly to coil and slither as if they're alive. Craftsmanship and the attention to detail are evident, showcasing the skill and artistry of these ancient builders. At regular intervals along the corridor, you notice arrow slits spaced every 5 feet. These narrow openings, once used for defensive purposes, now serve as portals for cobwebs that drape from the ceiling like delicate ethereal curtains. The cobwebs sway gently in the faint breeze, adding an eerie touch to the atmosphere. The passage of time has transformed these once defensive features into remnants of the past, now adorned with nature's delicate handiwork. Above the entrance to the corridor, a stone plaque catches your attention. It is etched with cuneiform script. The plaque almost holds promise of insight and knowledge waiting to be deciphered by those seeking to understand it. The ancient language holds the potential to reveal secrets and stories of those who have come before, inviting you to unravel the mysteries that lie within these ancient walls.
Alright. I do so. I expand a first level spell slot to cast Comprehend Languages immediately.
Okay. As you cast your spell, the writing in front almost immediately seems to make sense. And it says, in Old Omuan, Moa teaches us that secrets hide the truth.
That we can't hide the truth.
Moa teaches us that secrets hide the truth.
I mean, duh. Okay.
Yeah, Moa, God.
Noah is the god of the obvious.
Oh, quite fitting considering.
Was not worth the first level slot. Oh boy. Ah, ancient teachings, ancient knowledge. I mean, okay. uh, I'm almost ashamed of translating this to my party, but yeah, that's what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go in?
I'm missing Dustin. Oh, there he is. Now I'm missing Jalina. Ducks.
She's there.
Like Jarlena should join whoever goes in. Is there's a trap?
So, are we going in or are we going to stare at the door all day?
Luna would like to take a look in what's in the end of the corridor.
To be fair, I find it difficult to believe that there might be enemies here. Seems to be a pretty isolated place.
Traps. Yeah.
So,
What do we see in the end of the corridor?
okay, Lunan, as you venture closer, the end of the corridor opens into a room. Hold on.
Obvious indeed.
Indeed.
It was the delivery that made me laugh.
The trick with this shrine is to get to the island.
Yes.
Do we see the cube?
Ballistas, crossbow.
From where you are standing, obviously your dark vision is kicked in, so you can see that there is a room beyond the corridor. In the center of it, you can see a small altar. Behind it, a pedestal, and resting on the pedestal is a plain stone cube.
Oh, all right.
I believe that you could use that hand of yours. Yes, grab it maybe. If it's strong
What I
enough.
was planning on doing, it was enough to pick up the previous cube. I go
Isn't
up
that a
to the
little too
doorway.
easy, though?
We'll see. And
If it
I
works.
try and grab the cube with the hand.
With mage hand.
Send forward. Yes. Reach out, and from my own hand,
Ouch,
off it
face.
goes.
Okay.
Yep.
You cast Mage Hand and extend the hand as it flies across the corridor into the room to the other side, grabs the cube, and begins to bring it towards you. And as it gets to within an inch of your grasp, the cube itself in your hand poof, bursts into green smoke.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
No! No, please don't.
We're all doomed.
Bargo no, Bargo is going to teleport inside right
What?
away. Misty step.
Okay, Misty Step and place yourself inside.
Yes. I can reach the altar. Morris, I swear to God, if we have to sacrifice someone to get the cube back, we do it.
Alright, as you Misty Step into the room, your gaze is drawn to the plain stone pedestal in the center.
So the puff of smoke was harmless.
Surrounding the pedestal, the walls are adorned with statues of 12 tribal warriors. These imposing figures, frozen in time, hold bows that are aimed directly at the pedestal. Each warrior represents a different aspect of tribal culture, their stoic expressions and intricate details hinting at the rich history and traditions that once embodied Omu. Beneath your feet, a mosaic floor depicts a dramatic scene. A monstrous serpent entwined around a furious monkey. The mosaic's vibrant colors and intricate design tell a story of conflict and struggle, a symbolic representation of the eternal battle between primal forces. However, the passage of time and the encroaching moss have obscured some of the details, leaving behind a sense of mystery and intrigue. As you take in the room and its elements, a sense of reverence and respect fills the air. The statues of the tribal warriors and the mosaic all speak of a forgotten era and ancient wisdom lying within this temple. The room seems to hold echoes of ancient rituals and ceremonies, inviting you to uncover their purpose.
Question, DM. Is Barry's mage hand still holding the cube?
No.
Okay. Is
The
the cube somewhere to be found?
No, because the cube vanished in a puff of smoke.
Yeah, but I mean in the room.
Nope.
As it was flying closer, it looked like the actual cube.
Roll a perception or investigation.
Who are you talking to at the moment? Oh, Paris. Nice.
Yeah, it looked like. I mean, given that you've never actually seen the Moa cube before, it looked exactly like you would expect it to look.
Great. Well, I guess I will step on in. Hopefully not get in. What? I disappeared.
Paris teleported as well.
You were. It was a false
Now
It
it,
wall,
was
and
a
you're
trap
now
hole.
falling towards the lava below.
I've been
Oh
Oh,
god,
disintegrated.
like a trash
now it
chute.
went.
Oh god.
I need, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me,
Of
please.
course.
Oh no, there was a trap.
Is
There
it
was a
plus
trap.
3? Jorlena, do you give plus 3 on saves or?
Yes. I think it's plus 3. It might be. It's plus 4.
Plus
Well,
4.
okay.
Okay, so you get a 16.
Mhm.
16.
As you step
Yeah.
5 feet into the room, a pit opens up underneath you.
Of course.
Um, 10 foot deep, a pit opens up underneath you. You only just managed to widen your legs so that they stand on the ledges on either side. In the bottom of the pit, you can see it is covered in green slime and pointy sticks.
Seems like your teleport had some merit.
To be honest, I did it out of spite. Not.
I take the step back. Oh my god, and I disappear again.
I've got you. You should appear soon. There you are.
This, yeah, I think it wants to put me to the adjacent square.
Mhm.
Okay, that's why. Yep. See anything useful in there?
Other than a dozen ballistas or so pointing at me, a relief of ancient Omuan. Seems to be depicting Moa and Wongo.
Well, that's a shame.
Oh boy.
Any ideas?
Dusted coyly yells from the back. Remember, secrets hide the truth.
Very useful. Thank you. I cast detect magic there. Using a first level.
Interesting. Okay. Casting detect magic. What are you going to be looking at?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm casting detect magic in case there is something that is escaping my sight at the moment. Something magical in nature in this room.
Okay. In the room, no, but as you look behind you on the corridor, you can see that the floor has actually gives off a faint magical glow. Um, the floor appears almost as if it is an illusion. Gives off illusion magic. There you go.
Yeah, the spell tells me the school. So where is the? I assume it's that one you mentioned because the others have ballistas on them. Or where is it exactly? Huh. Oh,
Must be the hallway tiles. Then yeah, the hallway tiles
yeah.
that are
So
thick.
all three, all. Well, I don't know they are free, but I say all the hallway is trapped. It's illusions.
Send my mage hand in there, since apparently secrets hide the truth and all, and I'll apply some pressure to the other ones, see if they like disappear and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or did the first floor reappear as well then?
Well, now that you've broken the illusion, you can see that there is no floor. Neo. There is no spoon.
Send the hand to see if I can make the other ones disappear.
Indeed, as the hand passes onto the floor and applies pressure, the illusions are broken and you can see pits.
Cube.
But it doesn't make sense. The last time a cube disappeared, it went back to his temple. It might be still here somehow.
The
I think
secret
that's part
hides
of
the
the trick.
truth. Just look in the pits underneath the secret floor.
You want me to look? Okay.
Don't you fly still?
I don't know how long the potion works because it was not in my inventory, so I have no idea.
An hour. You can still fly.
Oh.
Oh, I'm taking the potion out.
Does it also seem like the crossbows that are pointing out at you are loaded, and perhaps whether or not they can be disarmed?
The crossbows,
Good point. I check it.
the crossbows are not loaded, but yeah, they're not loaded. There is definitely something about them, though. I mean, given the book doesn't say anything, but I'm gonna actually give this to you that they look to be concealment magic, because you've got detect magic. You can actually see that there are supposed to be arrows in there that are invisible,
Oh my god.
but they're not
Okay.
real.
Mm-hmm.
They're invisible magical arrows resting on the crossbows.
This is interesting. Dusted, there is something here you might want to take.
Take all the
Take.
invisible arrows off.
I'm searching for honestly, whatever. Doors, traps.
Roll a perception or investigation check for me, please.
Alrighty.
Where are you starting?
First instinct will be the pedestal where the cube was laying. Next will be the altar. Final one will be the walls.
Okay. So go ahead and roll for... Okay.
Do you want me to roll?
How long are you going to How long are you going to spend searching?
At least 10 minutes. The time detect magic still works.
Okay. Dusted, in the meantime, what are you doing as you fly into the room?
I mean, it was suggested that I sort of just try to run my hand through the illusion and check if there was sort of anything down there. But I'm also kind of interested. These was the arrow slits, the sides here, right? How big were they?
The arrow slits themselves are quite large. Let me see where it is. I believe that there are 6 inches wide, 2 feet tall, and 1 foot deep. As you peer through one of the arrow slits, you can see they're all clogged with cobwebs, so you can't quite see through them. You would need to spend a round cleaning out the cobwebs from each of the arrow slits. So I would say in 2 minutes you could clear the cobwebs of the entire corridor.
Yeah, I'm the only one that can step on it at the moment, though, I think, because this floor is lava, or the floor is invisible, or
The floor
doesn't
is lava.
exist.
The floor is lava.
Yeah.
The so yeah, you're busy flying, so you're hovering. Okay.
Yeah, so he is, but Dustin would definitely clear it out, at least the first one out, to see if there's anything interesting.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me as well, please.
Mm-hmm. Oh, natural 20.
Holy crap. Okay.
Of
So-
course.
5, 10.
Empty. Nothing in there.
All right. Clearing out the cobwebs and peering into the arrow slits on either side, you can see 2 rooms either side of this corridor. The western room, a statue of a coiled serpent dominates this web-filled room. The statue is missing its head, which lies broken on the floor. Next to the broken head is a cube. As you look at the eastern room, a statue of a large serpent coiled dominates this web-filled room, and clutched in the statue's jaws is a stone cube.
How many cubes are there supposed to be here? There's 2 more here. And Dustin sort of looks back at the group outside and sort of points into either room.
Is there any way of getting in?
I mean, it's narrow. There must be a way in somewhere. Bug, have you found any doors?
I can try and cheat again and grab the cubes with the arm.
But is the cubes wider or smaller than 6 inches? Dustin doesn't say 6 inches. He reaches in with his 2 fingers to measure how wide the hand can be and the cubes are, and then puts it out again to the rest of them, knowing that this is a completely idiotic way to. Oh,
Actually, I opened the door right below me.
Alright, while they're busy discussing this, you actually search the walls towards the end and you find 2 secret doors nestled in between each of those statues. It's not so much as a door that you can open, but as you apply pressure, you hear a little click, and then you would need to push the door inwards.
I do so.
Alright, let me unfog.
That will be. I thought you were gonna say that will be 12 ballista attacks on you.
Alright, so the door nearest to where you are contains a statue of a coiled serpent. In the mouth of the serpent, it is clutching a cube. The room itself is covered in webs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to enter and say hi. That's the as he's asking those questions. Fuck you. Oh boy, it's Malky.
No, you're saying it wrong. It's the cube.
There is another on the other side. Oh boy.
Yeah, there was the one to the right is the one with the cube in the mouth.
Correct.
Yeah, and then the other one is the one without the head.
Correct.
Yeah. So there's one on the other side as well. Another cube. It has a statue too.
I inspect the cube. Does it appear to be I suppose I didn't saw the one that disappeared. So never mind.
You've still got detect magic active, don't you?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
10
You told
minutes.
me
Yeah.
how much time has passed.
About 7 or 8 minutes have passed, so you do still have detect magic. There is, as you look at the cube, it does give off magic and it gives off some kind of enchantment.
Enchantment. All right. That's always fun. Uh,
2 minutes.
Lunan, you're great with magic. I might need a second opinion here. Can you make it?
Let me have a look. In the corridor, does it look like you can jump between the holes, or is the whole thing a big hole?
The whole thing is basically a big hole.
And is it what's in the bottom?
Green slime of some sort and some pointy sticks. 10 foot down. The slime, as you look inside, with your passive perception, you can see it's moving.
Oh,
I love it.
does it look like there's like you could grip the arrow slits as handhold and climb
Or
Yeah.
footholds, you could put your
without
feet
being
there.
extremely athletic?
I mean, you could try. Although the arrow slits themselves climb, yeah, they're half an inch. You could get your hand in.
Fuck it. I go to here and say, how thick is this wall, do you think? Dreaming a bit.
Uh,
The walls are foot thick.
l-
Foot thick. Lunan places his hand on it and casts stone shape and makes a hole.
Okay.
yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, okay.
Love it. See, you're great with magic.
Okay, how big is the hole?
5 feet in all dimensions I could
Yeah.
shape. So I would make a 5 times like 5 feet
Doorway.
doorway.
So basically for Dusted to walk through.
Yeah, or like climb through. Like
Easy.
I will make it closer to the floor so I can shimmy my way through.
Okay, so you use stone shape to create a 5-foot doorway. Nice.
Have you been able to do this all this time? I say, I saw him. I saw him.
I realized we had problems with doors. What can I say?
Yeah, that's an understatement.
All right.
What were you saying?
The cube is irradiating with enchantment magic. I'm just struggling to know how that correlates with the disappearance of the, I suppose, original one.
Okay. Lunan also activates detect magic so you can see what Virgo is seeing, and then would wanna investigate the cube.
Okay. Roll an investigation check for me, please. And you see the same as Vargo. It gives off enchantment magic.
There is also another cube over there. Now it's great. Now that you did the the hole, we can all enter.
Yeah,
Well, you mean enter where? You can. Which way are you
we can
going?
all we can all go
Here.
in through the blue hole and
Yes.
then through the secret hole and not have
Mhm.
to walk over
Through the traps.
through the tunnel or the corridor.
Okay, so cube in hand, you exit this room through the secret door. You go into the
Yeah.
Oh,
room surrounded by the statues, and you enter
Yes.
the other room through the secret door.
Unless I get killed by all the statues, yes.
As you
so
look into the room, Vargo, your detect magic spell starts to flicker as it begins to wane. But just before it disappears, the both of you notice the cube lying on the floor next to the broken snake's head gives off illusion magic.
One enchantment, one illusion.
Maybe
All
we
right.
should we should take that one up and see if we can break the illusion, figure out what's going on.
I can try. First, I would like to try something else though. And DM, I will try to cast minor illusion on the cube that irradiates with illusion magic to see if something happens.
What kind of an illusion are you going to cast?
Whichever, honestly. Maybe water pouring. No, it can move.
Make it look like the stone that was fake.
Yeah, for example.
Alright. Casting your spell, nothing happens.
All right. In that case, I will proceed. Let me see if I have it prepared. Yeah, I
Be-
will. Go
Before
ahead.
you do something else, should we take one or both of these cubes and place them on the altar? See what happens? Or
Yeah.
on the pedestal?
Yeah. That's right. To be honest, I didn't thought they were grabbable. So.
I was holding the enchanted one, or was
Yeah.
it left in the room?
You're holding it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Luna will try to grab the illusionary one.
Yep. You managed to pick it up?
Is it possible for us to see through the illusion?
No. It looks like a block of stone that gives off illusion magic.
Okay. Then Luna will walk up and first place the enchanted one on the pedestal.
Nothing happens.
He will remove it and place the illusion one on there.
Nothing happens.
Then he will place them both on top of each other.
Nothing happens.
It's me. Now you can try what it was you wanted to do.
Moa teaches us that secrets hide the truth. Secrets might be enchantment, truth might be illusion, or the other way around. I don't know. Let's try. Bargo is worried that if he casts dispel magic, he might render the whole shrine useless.
Yeah, but then we can pick it apart stone by stone until we find it. Lunan is wondering if it could be in the hallway, hidden in the green slime.
Oh my god, that will be mean, but yeah. Whoever designed this temple, if that's the thing they did, they are an awful person.
They're genius.
Oi, scholars, are you taking pictures in there? Drawing artistry or something in there? Are you coming out?
Do you guys realize that you don't have to be a scholar to enter a hall and come here with us, right?
Especially the guy.
if I have to get in there to drag your asses out, I will.
Oh yeah, I would like to see you try. Come on, get your ass inside here. It's better to have 10 eyes than only 4.
Luna will investigate one of the. Is it a statue or is it just a ballista or a crossbow?
It's a statue of a tribal warrior, a Chilton warrior holding a crossbow.
And there was an invisible bolt in there.
What appeared to be invisible ammunition. Illusionary invisible ammunition.
That ammo is awesome, by the way. We should totally take it with us.
I'm feeling we should try to get them to fire because they all seems to be aimed at where we want the cube to appear.
Yeah,
the cubes that they picked up look like the one that we need, basically?
The cubes they picked up look identical to the one that your mage hand picked up.
One irradiates enchantment, and the other one illusion, and both look identical between each other. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
between them. Okay.
Did you investigate properly in the secret rooms?
Actually, I didn't. I assumed that was all. Maybe a good point. Good point to try. You do one, I do the other.
Sure.
Who's doing which one?
The ones we're standing in.
All right, the two of you are going to investigate those rooms. Dusted, Yelena, what are you two doing?
Yeah, what are you two doing, please?
She's sat on the steps, humming. And then she'll say, "They're taking so long. Don't they have more than one brain cell?"
This is so
Oh,
easy. Why can't they figure it out?
Maybe between them they do. Want to play rock paper scissors? Best of 3 or
Sounds like a good
5 or
idea.
7.
Yeah, we might need a
Just
few
keeps-
rounds.
Yeah.
Stefan, if you don't give them inspiration, I will.
And Valrus, what are you up to, Valrus?
Just looking around the room and then curiously reaches for one of the crossbows and picks up the invisible bolt from it.
Okay. Your hands pass through any. You don't see really any bolts at all. But if you've told there's like invisible bolts, your hands just pass through as if there's thin air.
Oh,
As Vargo and Lunan, Vargo, you investigate the room, and as you move away, cobwebs inscribed on the base of the statue is some old Omuan writing. And Lunan, on the base of your statue, is also old Omuan writing.
Of course.
Text here again.
Yeah, same here. Didn't quite catch that earlier. Thank you for suggesting that. I don't want to spend 10 minutes. Cast spend another one first level spell slot to cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay. Reading it, it says, "Death rewards a thief deceived."
Actually, I don't need to. It lasts an hour. Can you repeat that again,
It
please?
says, "Death rewards a thief deceived." Do you move to the other room and read the other one?
Yes, a thief.
Deceived.
All right,
Deception.
thank you. I will move to the other one. I convey the information to Barris and Lunan. What does this one say? Oh boy.
The other one says, "The truth comes from the serpent's mouth."
Okay, so how did the statue look in the room we're in now?
That statue that you're in, as it is unbroken, the cube was sitting in the serpent's mouth.
And in the other room, the head was off and lying on the floor.
It was broken and lying shattered on the floor.
does the rest of
All
the
right.
cubes give off enchantment magic? Because perhaps that's the whole puzzle. We weren't supposed to take the one obviously in the middle. And then grab this one?
All right. Now I'm drawing. Let's see. Uh-huh. Okay. DM, sorry. This will be the last question. The last time. In the secret room on the right,
Mm-hmm.
it was the enchantment wand,
Correct.
enchantment cube,
Mm-hmm.
illusion on the left,
Mm-hmm.
the heads of the serpents, the right room, it was cut off entirely.
No, that's the left.
Okay.
The room in the right, the cube, the enchantment cube, was resting inside the serpent's mouth, and the inscription says the truth comes from the serpent's mouth. The room on the left, the cube was sitting on the floor next to a broken head, and the statue said, "Death rewards a thief deceived."
I don't think it would help, but we could run. We could try to identify the cube.
Sure.
But I don't know if it would help. DM,
If
well, when we have seen the other cubes, have any of them given off magical essence, so to speak?
That's what I'm wondering, if the other ones are also like enchantment magic.
They did.
The only person who's done that is Vargo, and he knows what they've given off.
no, but the cubes that we already have with us, I
Mhm.
think.
Correct.
So the Wongo cube, for example, that I think I have with me, does it irradiate some kind of magic?
Your detect magic has run out.
But if I take out my cube and
As you
look at it,
pull out Papa Zottel's cube and you look at it, you notice that the cube gives off enchantment magic.
Then I think this is the correct cube, and we've solved the puzzle.
so we're done. Maybe.
The one in the middle is supposed to
Le-
lure the thief in, rewarding them death. The
Mhm.
one on the left is, I don't know, the fake one to,
We
trick
could call.
someone who finds
Mm.
that, and the one on the right is the correct one.
We could try.
I have an idea. I cast dispel magic on the one that irradiates illusion.
Okay. As you do, it bursts into a puff of green smoke, just like the one that was in Valrus's mage hand.
Now the question is, do I try to do the same on Papa Soto? I don't know why they say that.
Lu-
On the enchantment one.
Before you even try, Lunan takes it and puts it outside of the thing, like out of the shrine, to see if it goes up in smoke, because that's what happened to the first one.
Mm.
It doesn't. However, Felrus, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
As all of the crossbows go off.
As soon as
Awesome!
Lunan exits the shrine, all the crossbows point at you. The invisible illusionary arrows, stone arrows, materialize in every single archer's crossbow. They all turn to you, and in unison, they fire.
Oh no!
You can do me a favor.
Please
roll-
tell me you have a shield or something like that.
What? I know we were probably playing rock, paper, scissors, but would I be able to cast shield on Valrus?
Oh my god,
Not
I'm losing you all.
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. It was worth a try. I'm sorry. Well, it'd be shield of faith, but you're on your own.
No, no, no,
No,
no,
That's
no.
D20s.
that's just to hit. That's just to hit. Yeah.
Ah, that's to hit. Thank God.
Oh.
All right.
So
Valrus, what is your armor?
I mean,
class, please?
It is
The lowest.
Yeah, the lowest. I don't think I've cast
14?
mage armor today, so 13.
13.
Hurts.
So, 10, 11, 9 hits. So you've got, the 1, 2, 3, 4 miss. That means 6 arrows. 6 crossbows will hit you.
There.
That's 68 plus 6.
You know, the most frustrating thing is he went in to help you guys. He went in to help you guys, and you left him for that.
To be fair, I thought it was going to be much worse. I can do it.
35
I can
points
survive
of
that.
damage, my little hedgehog, as the cube exits the room. Within a split second, stone arrows appear on all of the crossbows and they fire at you in the middle of the room. You hear chuk chuk as you start to see them reloading again.
And Lunan's like, oh.
All right, and out I step into the chamber right there.
The chamber.
Is that where you're going to go?
Get out, fully
Well,
out.
I'm planning to, yes, but I don't know how far I'll get. Well, I guess 30 feet of movement usually.
Your full
Yeah.
movement.
Chamber.
Get out. Get out.
Vargo?
Chamber on you, Vargo, for hitting me.
I go out.
Fire.
Okay. As the two of you exit, Yelena, you see them come screaming out. Valrus has got
No,
6.
I refuse. Marco does
Okay.
not scream. He's laughing.
All right. Vargo has got no arrows sticking out of him, but Valrus has got 6 stone crossbow bolts sticking out of him as he comes running out at full pace.
She narrows her eyes at Luna and Vargo. What are you doing? He goes in to help you and he comes out looking like a hedgehog. What is
I
wrong
found
with
it.
you?
I found the cube, Lunan says, and
Well done, you
Throws
rubbed your brain
throws
cells
it
together and
to
finally figured it out.
Charlena.
Oof.
But Bargo is scared of Yarlena, but not because she's screaming at us, but because she's showing concern for Barris.
Yelena, sitting on the steps in front of the entranceway, what is your armor class, please?
Without, she hasn't got a shield out, so I think shield adds 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's a +1 shield, so it adds 3. 16.
16. As you're sitting there, 2 crossbow bolts from the back of the room come flying out towards you. One of them hits as you are busy being attacked from behind.
Oh, she was in the middle of putting out scissors.
Does a few hand movements and an incantation and says, I really should do this at the start of every day, and pulls a shield that forms around him out of his chest and casts mage armor.
Okay.
Yelena will move off the
8
steps
points
and
of
down
damage
here.
as you get taken over the shoulder.
As that happens, can Dust do interception? He's within 5 feet of Jelena.
No, because you cannot see the creature.
Good point.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it just linked the fighting style, not the interception, yeah.
I saw, yeah.
When a creature you can see hits a target other than you, yeah, I cannot see the creature. You're completely right. I have no idea whatsoever.
As the two of you are playing rock, paper, scissors on the stairs with your back towards the 10 statue archers in the room, you don't
The
notice.
shrine plays
I just have this imagination that while he does that, he's there just as they're about to reveal their hand. Jalena gets hit with the bolt and does paper when Dust does rock. Dust is so disappointed.
This is the longest game of rock, paper, scissors as well. They were just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then
Okay.
finally,
She'll pull a ball out and say, I still win! That's what counts.
Best of 49? Enjoyed forever.
Seems like they are finally out of this place.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
As you
Bargo
guys
is-
run down the stairs, Yelena, crossbow bolt sticking out your shoulder, Dusted joins you. In Lunan's hand, you all notice He's carrying the cube of Moa. You have all 9 cubes. And finally, we can end tonight's session there.
No. But I still think it
God.
should be the cube of Mao now.
It is now. It's Mao.
Nice. Oh, Bargo is so tempted to cast Dispel Magic on the cube. But he won't. He won't.
You can go ahead. But
Mm.
I will tell you it'll have no effect out of game.
Oh, thank God. Oh boy, that was a trick.
You're just like, oh, it's not the Mao or the Moa cube that disappeared. It's a random one of all the 9, and it returns to the shrine from which it came and resets the entire puzzle. And we don't know
Alright.
which one.
Have you read the
It
module
returns
already?
all of them.
Sorry, what?
Have you
It would return all. Sorry.
Have I read what?
Have you read the module already, Dusted?
No, I haven't. I haven't read anything. But I just imagine that's the sort of shit that this game would do if you do something like that with the cube. It's just like, oh yeah, we'll just put it back randomly at one of the temples.
That would be good fun.